మీకు raptor
Mr. Speaker, sir, there are lots of cases on the cholera that were reported in previous places of Lamu County. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is fear that the reported cases might escalate following the flood that we are witnessing in various places of Lamu County. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to know what plans do the county government have to ensure the safety of the people of Lamu County when they call it out. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Cabinet Member for Public and Sanitation. Chairperson for Health was here. The clerk shall forward the statement the response. Mheshimiwa Spika, nimesimama kutafuta kauli kutoka kwa wahusika wa kamati ya utawala ndani ya bunge la vijana wa Lamu kuhusu mikakati, mipango, huduma na
chakula na afya bora kwao. Na je, serikali ya kaunti imetenga sehemu gani za kisheria zinazowalinda hao waathirika kukaa wakati huu wa janga hili? Ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samuel from Hongwe. Do we have the Cabinet Member for Governance for response? The Departmental Committee Chairperson for Governance? Do we have response with regarding to the statement made by Honorable Muchiri from Hongwe? Are the Cabinet Members for Governance around? Is the Departmental... Are there any reaction from the Cabinet Members? Sergeant?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. First, I want to that engage somewhere else. Honorable sir, you have been talking about the affected areas in Lamu County and money kept aside for the flood, the national disaster. As you know, Lamu County, as much as we have been affected by the floods, but is not the main part of Lamu County. And county government, already they have visited the area, including our president here and the county government president, His Excellency Isa Abdallah Timami, and President Ali Sheikh. They were able to visit this area, to assess this area, and we have accorded them with the help needed. As you know, this situation is not a one-time situation. It is happen after overnight or after a period of time. We are really working hard to make sure those affected people are going to be covered. Number two, as you know, national government, they have promised a certain amount of money that will be disbursed to the county government, but yet that money has not been disbursed to the county government. So that is a challenge. The budget already has been kept aside earlier. So now it's like we have to go around in different departments to take some money so that we put it aside for this national disaster. As everything is in order, we are working so hard to restore the situation and to safeguard the life of our people in Lamu County. Thank you.
Honorable Muchiri, are you satisfied with the response?
Mr. Speaker, pengine angetueleza kwa hivi sasa wametenga kima cha fedha ngapi ya kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba waathirika, na kama pengine wanajumuisha waathirika wote, na pengine ni wangapi ambao wameweza kuathirika, pengine tujue ile idadi, na hivi sasa ni mipangilio ipi ya kuhakikisha kwamba wale ambao wameathirika watapata msaada, kwa sababu hivi sasa bado wako katika hali ya hatihati.
Before respond, Honorable, do you need more time to have the fact right, or do you have the fact with you already? The Prime Cabinet? You need more time, or do you have the fact ready regarding the statement?
I need some little more time.
Thank
so
you.
That I can get them.
So you respond that through the Departmental Committee for Governance, so that Honorable Samuel Muchiri can have the response right. Thank you. Can we have the statement from the Honorable Oslo?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise to request a statement from the Departmental Committee and Cabinet Member for Security, Legal Affairs and Governance on the matters of ID and birth certificate registration for youth in Lamu East, include Faza, Kiunga and Basuba, and the provision of frequent services on issuing of IDs and birth to those areas. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Kenyan government in the recent past has made an effort to streamline the process of obtaining identity cards, but it's still unsatisfactory to the people of Lamu East on how they access these government services, since these important offices for registration of person in Kenya is not yet established in that area and further lack personnel and resources to operate in those areas, especially Kiunga and Basuba. Mr. Speaker, sir, as you are aware, the youth residing in those areas are neighboring to Somali border, and this has exposed them to the risk of violence and extremism due to external influences. Mr. Speaker, sir, the young people in those areas are faced with economic hardship, and denying them ID and birth services translates to limiting their socio-economic and political opportunities. Mr. Speaker, sir, in this country, you cannot access any service without this document as a citizen. Therefore, I seek a response on how often will the national government bring services close to normal wananchi in Lamu East? 2, when will this office be fully established in Lamu East? 3, how could the national government ensure effective service delivery in Lamu East communities? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much for the statement. Is the Departmental Cabinet Secretary for Security, Legal Affairs and Governance have response? Does the Cabinet Secretary for Security, Legal Affairs and also the Cabinet for Governance has response to the matter raised on ID and birth registration for youth in Lamu East? Yes, Honorable Godana.
We need more time to consolidate our facts. We are going to answer in a week. Thank you.
For the cabinet members, your response to this house, I would direct that all the response should be forwarded to the House Business Committee before 15th of this month, because otherwise we have not received any response from all the statement raised in this house. So the cabinet and the prime cabinet, I think we are expecting those responses as soon as we can for the purpose of this house. Honorable Hajra from Kulumbi, you might put your statement.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise to request a statement from Departmental Committee for Sports and Culture on the governance tournament. When is it planned? And what are the measures to ensure young girls enjoy and participate in the tournament for the Governor's Cup in Lamu? Thank you, Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Hajra. Does the Departmental Committee for Sports have a response regarding the same? Yes, Honorable Ikhwan.
Mr. Speaker, sir, through your permission, we have followed it up and we believe the tournament is going to be starting soon, early next year, January. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hajra. Are you satisfied with the answers? Yes, thank you. Honorable members, I still remind you that the standing orders allow you to celebrate your members in the House. So take that privilege to also commemorate those who made the effort to contribute in the House. Can we move to the next order?
Motion on bills.
May I call the mover of the motion, Honorable Alex Mwangi, to move the motion to the floor of the House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, whereas recognizing the vital role that youth play in shaping the future of Lamu County and acknowledging the importance of security and peace in fostering sustainable development and understanding the need for active youth engagement initiatives that contribute to the security and peace of Lamu. Honorable Speaker, aware that Lamu County youth have greatly been affected by security issues from external influence of terrorist groups of Al-Shabaab. These effects call for ways in which youth in Lamu County can take part in championing for peace and security. Honorable Speaker, I'm concerned that youth in Lamu County have not been given the opportunities that they require to be actively involved in security and peace building. Now, Honorable Speaker, be it resolved that the Lamu Youth Assembly hereby puts forward the following motion in the youth role in security and peace. 1. Honorable Speaker, call upon the relevant authorities and stakeholders to establish and support youth empowerment programs focused on investing in education, skill development, and vocational training aimed at equipping the youth with tools to contribute meaningfully to security and peace initiatives. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, I ask the Lamu County Security Committee and the county government to involve youth representatives in decision-making processes related to security and peace policies, programs, and initiatives. Thirdly, Honorable Speaker, promote the establishment of Youth Advisory Board or committee that actively engages relevant authorities to provide insights, recommendations, and feedback on matters security and peace in Lamu County. Honorable Speaker, advocate for advanced collaboration between the youth organizations and local security agencies to develop joint initiatives that address security challenges, promote community policing, and foster positive relations between the youth and the law enforcement. Lastly, but not least, Honorable Speaker, encourage the establishment of dialogue platforms where you can engage in constructive conversations with security agencies to address concerns, build trust, and enhance cooperation. These spaces are spaces for youth to express their opinions to decision makers and broader society will ensure that they have the opportunity to be heard and to be part of the process. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Lamu Youth Assembly wholeheartedly supports and advocates for the active involvement of youth initiatives related to security and peace within Lamu County. This motion aims to harness the potential of youth population as valuable contributors to the well-being and development of our community. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I propose Honorable Mary Wanjiku to second this motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Mary, are you seconding the motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I second the motion of the day, the role of the youth, security, peace, and stability in Lamu County. Because we youth, we play a big part when it comes to peace, Ikikuja kwa masuala ya kuharibu pia tuko nambari 1. Kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali ijaribu kushikilia vijana when it comes in issue of security, kwa sababu sisi vijana ndio tumeshikilia generation ya kesho. So if the county government it is not going.
Are there point of order? Yes, point of order. I see Honorable Mbogo is want to respond to the point of order. Yes, Honorable Zablon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I think the second item, instead of being the...
Sorry, what's your point of order?
She's trying to be more detailed instead of just trying to be a little brief in the session.
I think that is okay. She's in order. Yes, is there any other point of order? Yes, Honorable Alex. Yes.
According to standing order, Mr. Speaker, that when you start speaking in one language, that is the language that is supposed to continue or to finish the constitution of the nation. So I would ask my second of the motion to whether to choose.
Thank you. The point is so in order. So Honorable Mary, can you choose your language?
I will use Kiswahili. Nitatumia Kiswahili.
Okay, proceed.
Mimi napenda kupitisha mswada wa siku ya leo, na niseme sisi kama vijana, ikija kwa masuala ya amani tuko namba 1, ikija kwa masuala ya vita za kigaidi tuko nambari 1. Kwa hivyo ni jukumu sisi kama vijana tunahitaji kushikiliwa sana, kwa sababu ukiangalia katika kaunti yetu ya Lamu vijana wengi saa hii wanatumia mihadarati. Wakimaliza shule ya sekondari wanatumia mihadarati. Kwa hivyo county government inafaa kushirikiana, itafute vijana, waketi chini, wale vijana ambao wameenda university, wamesoma, wakija wanaweza kutumiwa ili waweze kueducate hawa vijana wetu ili tuweze kuendelea pamoja, kwa sababu
order. You can as well ask members to help you in interpreting some of the language, but
yes. Mimi naomba niruhusu nitumie both language. Lugha zote.
That is so according to the standing order it's not allowed, so you choose one language.
Najaribu nasema wale ambao wamemaliza shule ya university ya chuo kikuu wakija manyumbani waweze kushirikiana na hawa ambao wamemaliza shule ya upili, ili vijana waweze kuelimisha hawa wengine, wawaambie umuhimu ukimaliza chuo cha kidato cha 4 jinsi ambavyo utaweza kujiunga na shule ili kuendelea kukimu maisha yako. Tukiangalia katika kaunti yetu ya Lamu tuko na kazi ambayo inaendelea saa hii. Ukiangalia tuko na vipawa ambavyo viko katika kaunti yetu ya Lamu. Haina haja tuende tuagize watu kutoka sehemu zingine wakuje kutumbuiza hapa kwa kaunti yetu, ili hali sisi tuko na vijana ambao ni waimbaji ambao wanajua kuact. Mbona wasishikwe mkono, zile pesa ziwe zinachezea hapa kwa vijana wetu? Na tukiweza kushirikiana vile, vijana wataweza kujielimisha, vijana wataona. Leo nikimwona Honorable Mushiri yako mahali yuko Mheshimiwa Mushiri, nitatamani pia mimi kesho niwe kama Mheshimiwa Mushiri. Lakini nikija nikiona pengine kuna mambo kama yale yanaendelea, lakini hawa vijana hawashiki vizuri, itakuwa haileti shangwe. Kwa hivyo mimi nachangia.
What is your point of order, Honorable Zablon?
Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a lot of ambiguity in her statement. We are much expecting to hear more of security issues, but we are getting information about job employment, community, university, and whatever.
Honorable Zablon, I think maybe you need some clarification, but her point is in order.
Nikimwelezea haya mambo yote ya shida ya usalama yanaletwa na vijana kutoshikwa vizuri. Ukishika vijana vizuri, ukimshika mkono, hakutakuwa na mambo ya kigaidi, hakutakuwa na mambo ya watoto kupata mimba, hakutakuwa haya mambo yote yanayochangia katika hii mambo ya Al-Shabaab tunawaona katika kaunti yetu ya Lamu. Ni sisi tushike vijana wetu. Ukiangalia Honorable Speaker, Lamu East wao kupata kitambulisho inamgharimu 8,000. Ni kwa nini wasiekewe ofisi wakifikisha miaka 18 wale vijana wapate kitambulisho ya Kenya? Umemaliza form 4 ukiwa Lamu East, hauwezi toka pale, uwezi vuka Gamba, iko pale lakini hauwezi vuka. Kwa sababu gani? Hauna kitambulisho. Ukija katika Lamu West unapata the situation in the same. Hadi mwaka uishe ndio hawa maafisa wakuje wachukue ID. Ni kwa nini siyo inafanyika baada ya miezi mitatu, baada ya miezi moja? Inafanyika kila mara ili vijana waweze kupata ID, waweze kwenda kaunti zingine kutafuta ajira. Kwa sababu sisi vijana wako hapa kaunti yetu wanatumia drugs, wakitumia mihadarati hawashikwi mkono. Tuko na rehab iko hapa. Vijana ni wachukuliwe, wasimamiwe na kaunti, wapelekwe pale wasome, na wakisoma wakijua madhara ya mihadarati, mimi na uhakika mambo ya ugaidi itaisha hapa Lamu, kwa sababu haya mambo yanafanya, tuko na poti iko hapa haitusaidii, ni maua.
Asante.
Tuko nayo na haitusaidii. Sasa sisi tunataka serikali ya kaunti, mheshimiwa Timani, shikilia vijana vile inafaa. Vijana wanafaa kusonga, na mimi nachangia mada ya leo. Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mary, for the secondment. And I now put the motion to the floor of the House for members' deliberation. And I open the floor. You may request your points based on the standing order for those who want to contribute to the motion to the floor of the House. Yes, Honorable Zablon.
Support the motion of the day. Mr. Speaker, sir, the United Nations Security Council adopted unanimously...
Sorry, point of order. Honorable Alex, can you sit as a member of the Assembly? Yes, thank you.
The United Nations Security Council adopted unanimously on the 9th of December 2015 a groundbreaking resolution on youth, peace and security, which recognizes that the young people plays an important and positive role in the maintenance and promotion of international peace and security. Mr. Speaker, sir, the United Nations Security Council identified 5 key pillars for action. 1, it's about participation. 2, protection. 3, prevention. 4, partnership. And 5, disengagement. Mr. Speaker, sir, my very big question comes on this. Our youths today are not participating in any dialogue involving security. Thus, some of the issues that are affecting our county, sometimes a blame game is end up being pushed to the youths. Mr. Speaker, sir, these 5 pillars was a landmark that members were to give the youths a greater voice in decision making and at the local, national and regional and international levels, and to consider setting up mechanisms that would enable young people to participate meaningfully in peace processes. Mr. Speaker, sir, with quite a number of challenges as youths we are facing, and this has really made our youths ever being a victim of insecurity. 1, there is always inadequate economic and job opportunity. 2, there is always poor access to important documents, like it has been said by a member from Fazawad, Madam Fridaus. 3, there are limited number of youth space in the committee and peace structures, women and youth participation. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a very big challenge that we are facing. You will ever find that in most of the meetings or in most of the committees that do make a firm resolution, we find that the youths needed to make a strong contribution in the same, but we find that the youths are not presented at all. We are only being weighted for blemish at the end. When it comes to land issues, we are also left behind. When it comes to negative politics, we are viewed as the most champions of negative politics. Mr. Speaker, sir, we raise to speak our voice that whenever youths are seen, they shouldn't be seen as negative promoters of politics. Mr. Speaker, sir, we humbly request the actors of security, both the national and the county government, that we need to be fully involved for us to transform our county, for us to maintain the stability of our county in terms of security. If you involve a youth, you will ever enjoy the fruit, and peace will coexist, peace will be adequate everywhere. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Zablon. The CS. Honorable Member, I wish to remind the House that the allocated minute for the debate per member is 4 minutes, so kindly utilize the 4 minutes to deliver your argument for the debate. Yes? Any member with any other contribution? Yes, Honorable Ford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mimi ningependa kutoa nasaha kama Prime Cabinet kuchangia katika motion hii ama kuchangia katika mjadala huu. La kwanza, mambo mingi katika county ama katika serikali yanapelekwa mbele na wanabunge. Tumelalamikia sana serikali kuhusiana na vijana, masuala ya usalama na masuala ya amani. Lakini je, pesa zilizotengwa kufanyisha haya yote zinatengwa ama zinapitishwa na kina nani? Ni jukumu la hili bunge kuhakikisha ule mgawanyo wa pesa ambao unawekwa ama ambao unaekezwa katika kuimarisha masuala haya uwe ni mgawanyo ambao utatosheleza kufika sehemu zote na kuweza kufanya miradi hii ili vijana waweze kufaidi. Jambo la pili, masuala ya usalama. Swala la usalama ni swala nyeti katika kaunti hii yetu ya Lamu. Karibuni tumekuwa tukipata mashambulizi yasiyojulikana hasa ni akina nani, dhamira zao ni gani, ni watu wa aina gani na wanatoka wapi. Tumekuwa na tetesi nyingi ambazo viongozi wa kisiasa hasa wametaka kuleta mgawanyo katika jamii zinazoishi Lamu kwa muda wa miaka mingi katika njia ya amani, upendo na njia yani kwa undugu, kwa masala ya jumla, kwa undugu. So ningependa bunge hili tuhakikishe ama viongozi wa bunge tuhakikishe zile bajeti ambazo zinaletwa hapa zitakuwa zimeangaliwa vizuri. Tuhakikishe maono ya wananchi yawe yamesikilizwa pande zote. Hiyo ni kazi yetu sisi kama wabunge. Kazi ya wabunge, si kazi ya mawaziri. Mawaziri kazi yao ni kutengeneza policy. Nyinyi wabunge tukileta hapa tumeweka peace and security, tumeweka usalama na amani milioni 200. Mkiona haitoshi, naomba mtafute pesa penye iko tuongeze. Sio tuanze kurushiana lawama hapa na pale ikiwa jambo twajua ama twajua ule mgawanyo wa pesa umewekwa hautatosha.
Point of order.
Yes.
Honorable Crime Cabinet, as you're talking, we need to remember that the standing orders for Lamu Assembly does not allow us to allocate any funds. For us is to advocate and lobby for
we are aspiring, tunatumainia matamanio makubwa, na hapa nataka kila mtu achukue jukumu. Kama wewe ni mbunge, sisi katika county level wabunge wetu ni MCA, si ndio? Ndio mawakilishi. Hapa sisi tuko juu zaidi, tunajiita wabunge, hatuna MCA. Pengine MCA hawakai kama sisi venye tunakaa kama wabunge. Kwa hivyo sisi wabunge ambao wako hapa, muende mkae na MCAs wenu, nataka tuangalie picha kubwa, tusiangalie ile picha tu ya chini. Sawa sawa.
So as you conclude,
nikiconclude nafikiri nimezungumza yote. Sina mingi ya kuzungumza na nataka inshallah sote tushirikiane ili tupeleke Lamu County mbele.
Thank you honorable members. Yes, yes, Honorable Lali from Kiunga. Sorry, Honorable Lali, before you proceed, I want to remind the House that as per the Standing Order 41, it is within the discretion of the Chair to also point the concerned and relevant members to contribute to this motion. So for those who mean to be here and be silent, remember I'll pinpoint you to contribute. You are here to represent the rest of the fellows. So make sure you have your fact right, because I'll make sure you present the fact before the floor of the House. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kabla sijaanza, nataka kuitatua hii standing order number 3 yenye inaongelelea lugha ya bunge, kwa sababu chai haiwezi kuitwa chai mpaka iwekwe majani, sukari na hizo spices zote. Kwa hivyo na mazungumzo hayawezi kuwa mazungumzo bila ya kuchanganya lugha. Mheshimiwa Speaker, hii standing order inasema all the time the official language to be used during the session shall be officially language recognized by the Constitution of Kenya. Then akaeleza vizuri English and Kiswahili. So neno and linanipa uwezo wa kuchanganya hizi lugha. Angetumia neno or ama either, ningechagua moja.
Order. The interpretation of the standing order lies at the department, at the Department for Legal Affairs, and the Legal Affairs member is not here, but still on my discretion, I can still order that one language to be used.
Okay, then protect me.
You are protected.
Sir, Mr. Speaker, sir, katika wajibu wetu mambo ya usalama na utulivu katika kaunti yetu ya Lamu, Mheshimiwa Speaker, unaweza kumbuka wakati ukiwa mtoto mdogo kwa nini baba alikuwa anaingia na redio wakati usiku kulala akiwa ameiweka kwa sauti kubwa? Ni kwa sababu ya kulinda mazingira ya mtoto. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Speaker, mazingira yanafaa kuangaliwa zaidi kiusalama wakati unamlelea mtoto. Hatuwezi kuwajibika katika usalama kama mtoto amelelewa katika hali ya mambo yasiyokuwa na usalama. Kwa mfano, mtoto amelelewa mahali kila time ni milipuko, milio ya risasi, mambo ya drugs. Mtoto huu kumwambia awajibike katika mambo ya usalama ni jambo gumu sana. Kwa hivyo kitu cha kwanza wajibu wetu ni kuangalia yale mazingira ambayo tunalelea watoto wetu, tuwalelee katika mazingira yaliyo mazuri. Kitu kingine, Mheshimiwa Speaker, hii imeongelewa sana na ndugu zangu, ni mambo ya active participation and decision making. Hapa tujumuike kwa sana kama vijana, kwa sababu tumeulizwa jukumu letu na sio jukumu la mtu mwingine. Kwa hivyo hata tusipoitwa, lakini kuna namna ama njia tunaweza kujukumika katika mambo haya. Mheshimiwa Speaker, vijana pia tunaweza kuwa tuna vikundi tofauti vya kuchangia mambo ya amani na nini, lakini unapata tuko na ile lack ya kuaccess zile resources ama equipment katika kutusaidia kutangaza, kwa sababu sisi vijana tunatumika kama instrumental, lakini tunatumika zaidi vibaya kuliko na positive way. La mwisho kabisa, Mheshimiwa Speaker, sisi vijana tuko na zile dhana mbaya ambao na misemo mibaya ambao tutumika kujiita majina mabaya, na pia wazee kutupa ile lahaja mbaya like ngoma zit kwa in my language Kibajuni wanamsema ukwambia ngoma dhavana havikeshi. Huku ni kutudharau, yani kutuangusha kwamba we can do nothing in the community. Kwa hivyo hii pia tukijaribu kupunguza na tuoneshe weledi wetu vijana, hakika tutajukumika vizuri na kaunti yetu ya Lamu itakuwa na amani. Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minority Leader, the floor is yours.
Asante Mheshimiwa Speaker.
What is your point of order, Honorable Muchiri?
Mheshimiwa Spika, kiongozi wa wachache katika bunge hili hawezi kuja na champali katika bunge halafu azungumze mbele ya wabunge ambao wamepambana kuvaa vizuri. Tafadhali Mheshimiwa Spika.
Your point is order. Honorable majority, kindly walk and change the shoes unless you have a valid reason.
Sikosi valid reason, Mheshimiwa Spika. Ukiangalia
do you have medical reason maybe?
Sina medical reason, lakini mutaniwia radhi. Nimetoka mbali, maybe hakuna hata viatu mahali nimetoka.
I will protect you for the purpose of this session.
Asante,
but that is not according to the standing orders.
Asante sana.
Okay.
Zabulon, tulia nizungumze. Mheshimiwa Spika, ukitaja neno la usalama kabla ya hiyo sentence hujamaliza, kama hujaweka Basuba ward, basi haujaliangazia vizuri hilo swala. Ukiangalia ward ya Basuba ni ambao wananchi wa Awer, ni eneo limeathirika na mambo ya usalama kutoka 2013, miaka 10 mpaka sasa. Ni eneo ambao liko na maybe tuseme ile inaitwa curfew, saa 11 hautembei mpaka asubuhi. Ni eneo ambalo limeathirika kwa muda mrefu sana. So mkizungumza usalama kama hujataja Basuba na Kiunga, huwa hamjalikamilisha lile swala. Na muunga mkono Bimeri alivyosema, lazima vijana wapewe kazi. Ndo hili donda sugu la usalama tupate kujikimu nayo, kwa sababu vijana wetu wakikaa mabarazani, wakikosa kwenda mpira, wakikula hizo mihadarati, lazima akili zitakwenda pande nyingine. Na kama hawana kazi vijana hawa, tusiwalaumu, lazima wajiunge upande mwingine. Maybe watadanganywa kwa pesa 2-3 na waingie kwa hizi vikundi haramu ambao zinaleta taharuki kwa usalama wetu. Nikisema hivi ni kwamba tuko na kaunti yetu ya Lamu bado ina uwezo wa kuajiri vijana wengi. Tuko na Labset ambao iko hapa. Kwa bahati mzuri chairman wetu wako hapa. Tafadhali angalia vijana wa Lamu, hususan wa kutoka pande yangu ya Awer. Hakuna hata kijana mmoja ambao yuko pale port. Tafadhali liandike mahali, na ukitoka hapa tunakuomba ulishughulikie chairman wetu. Lengine tumebahatikiwa round hii tuko na vijana wenzetu ambao wako county assembly ya Lamu kiongozwa na mheshimiwa wetu Ahmed hapa. Tafadhali sukuma vijana wapewe ajira zaidi, kwa sababu hili ndio linasukuma ukosefu wa usalama na mambo mengine. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi mwenyewe ni muathiriwa wa mambo ya usalama. Nikizungumza, watu wakizungumza mambo ya usalama, saa nyingine nakaa chini najiwaza nilie ama nicheke. Nasema hivi kwa sababu nikikumbuka tukio lililonipata mwaka 2017 wakati gari za watoto wetu walikuwa wanasafiria likapigwa bomu, na walioumia ama waliokufa walikuwa madada zangu kutoka Mararani. Kwa hivyo ukizungumza usalama, mimi wanatonesheka kidonda. Tafadhalini vijana, tusiwe na mambo ya kuchochezana hapa na pale. Tutafuteni ajira kwa vijana wenzetu, tusiwe tumevaa masuti hapa Mushiri tuseme tumevaa hivi, tukule pesa turudi tusahau vijana wetu. Hilo ni makosa kwa hapa duniani, na kesho Mwenyezi Mungu akhera atatudai. Kwa hivyo ni jukumu letu kusukuma vijana wapate kazi, na waheshimiwa wetu wako hapa, tuwaelezee kwa lugha ya nasaha na wahakikishe vijana wote wamepata kazi na wanaweza kujimudu. Mheshimiwa Spika, asante sana. Sitaki kuzungumza mambo ya usalama sana kwa sababu ni mambo yatanitonesha vidonda na zitaleta hisia mbaya kwangu.
Thank you, Honorable Minority. I would give chance to one more person before call the motion mover to
Speaker kwa kunipa fursa hiyo kuzungumzia swala hili la usalama katika kaunti ya Lamu na ni vipi vijana tuweze kudumisha usalama katika kaunti ya Lamu. Mheshimiwa Speaker, nikichukua swala hili ni kwamba wengi ambao wanahusishwa na masuala ya ukosefu wa usalama ni vijana. Hili linatokana na ripoti kutoka kwa ujesusi ya kwamba hata wale ambao tunaona kwa magazeti na kwingineko wakitafutwa, wengi wao ni vijana. Lakini hili lilianzia wapi, Mheshimiwa Spika? Ni kwa sababu limetajwa kwamba kuna vijana wengi ambao hawana kazi, na leo tumebahatika katika bunge hili tuko na viongozi ambao wanasimamia upande wa hii bandari yetu hapa. Bandari yetu iko na utajiri mkubwa sana kama nilivyosema hapo awali kwa bunge lililopita, lakini kwa sasa hatujalitumia vilivyo. Na tukilitumia vilivyo ama tukiitumia vilivyo hii bandari, tutaweza kupata manufaa. La pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, ni viongozi wetu. Unaposema kwamba kijana ameenda upande ule mwingine, nataka kuzungumza kwa kusema kuhusiana na swala hili ambalo kiongozi wa wachache amelitaja ya kwamba iwapo vijana watakosa ajira itabidi wavuke upande ule mwingine. Hiyo ni dhana ambayo ni potovu na tunataka kuipinga kwa kinywa kipana, kusema ya kwamba sisi kama vijana tunafaa tuwaeleze tutafute mbinu mbadala ya kuweza kujikimu kimaisha, lakini sio kuvuka upande ule mwingine eti kwa sababu umekosa ajira. Kwa hivyo swala hilo sisi vijana, kama ni vijana wenzetu ambao wanavuka upande ule mwingine, tuweze kuzungumza na wao, tuweze kuona ni namna gani wanaweza kupata ajira mbadala. La pili na la mwisho ni kuhusiana na vijana. Sisi vijana tumelelewa pamoja katika kucheza, katika kusoma na mambo yetu ya kila siku. Lakini nataka kukosoa baadhi ya watu, na nieleweke vizuri, baadhi ya watu ambao wametuzidi umri wanatukusanya hivyo sasa ndo wanaanza kukwambia kwamba wewe jua wewe ni kabila hili, wewe jua wewe ni kabila hili. Manake sisi kama vijana hatujui kabila. Manake ukiingia darasa tunasoma pamoja, ukiingia michezoni tuko pamoja. Kwa nini sasa tujuane kwamba mheshimiwa kiongozi wa wengi katika bunge hili ni kabila fulani, mheshimiwa Muchiri ni kabila fulani? Ni kwa minajili ya baadhi ya viongozi kujinufaisha kisiasa. Kwa hivyo sisi kama vijana tuko na jukumu la kusema no, kusema hapana katika swala kama hilo. La mwisho niseme kwamba sisi vijana tukiangalia kwa undani, tukitaka kumaliza swala hili, tuzamie swala la kuoana jamii tofauti tofauti. Huenda hilo litachukuliwa vingine, lakini nasema hivi, kama majority leader ama kiongozi wa wengi leo hii amependa msichana kutoka jamii ya, wacha tunitaje, ya Wakikuyu pengine, tunafaa hata sisi tumchangie, twende tumfanyie posa ili tuzidishe ule uwiano. Iwapo mheshimiwa mwingine hapa kiongozi wa wachache amempenda msichana kutoka kwa Waluya pengine, tuweze kumchangia haswa ile ule uwiano uwe zaidi. Tuache kuona kwamba huyu ni kabila hii ama huyu ni kabila hii, na kwa kufanya hivyo tutaweza kudumisha amani na tuweze kuona Lamu yetu inasonga mbele.
Thank you very much. I'll provide one more chances to Honorable Ikhwan because of the time. Kindly, you have 2 minutes to the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand on behalf of persons living with disabilities, and I believe we play a very crucial role in behalf of people living with disabilities. I have a few recommendations and reasons that can enhance or ways that a person living with disability can contribute towards enhancement of the following motion that was addressed. My first factor was on advocacy and awareness. People living with disabilities in Lamu County can advocate for inclusivity, security and peace initiatives that address the specific needs and concerns of people living with disabilities. They can raise awareness about the importance of accessibility and inclusion in security planning and implementation. Mr. Speaker, sir, my second point is on participation in decision making. I believe people living with disabilities can also actively participate in decision making processes related to security and peace. Their inclusion ensures that policies and strategies take into account the diverse needs of people living with disabilities, promoting a more effective and sustainable outcomes. Mr. Speaker, sir, my third point is on building inclusive communities. persons living with disabilities can work towards building inclusive communities by promoting dialogue and understanding between different groups.
As you conclude,
they can encourage community members, including security forces, to recognize and respect the rights and dignity of all individuals, regardless of their abilities. Mr. Speaker, sir, kindly give me 2 more minutes, because I believe, as a representative of persons living with disabilities, I'm not representing a ward, but rather representing the whole county. Mr. Speaker, sir. To continue, another factor is on capacity building. PWD can engage in capacity building activities to enhance their own skills and knowledge in areas related to security and peace. This can include training on conflict resolution, disaster preparedness, and emergency response, among others. By doing so, they can become active contributors to their own safety and that of their communities. Another point is on accessible infrastructure. Persons living with disability can advocate for the development of accessible infrastructure that promotes security and peace. This can include accessible pathways that we have not been seeing in Lamu County, ramps and facilities that allow people with disability to fully participate in security-related activities such as attending community meetings or accessing emergency services. Mr. Speaker, sir, just as I conclude my point, I would like to finish with empowerment and inclusion by actively participating in security and peace initiatives. A person living with disability can challenge stereotypes and promote their own empowerment and inclusion. Their involvement can help break down barriers and create a more inclusive society that values the contribution of all its members. In summary, Mr. Speaker, sir, a person living with disability in Lamu County plays a very crucial role in acknowledging the importance of security and peace in fostering sustainable development. Their active participation, advocacy, and inclusion contribute to creating a safer and more inclusive community for everyone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ikhwan. So, members, before I propose the question, I would like the clerks to harmonize the recommendation put forward in the table. Madam Clerks.
Feedback of our motion today. Lead us to inform and be role model to the youth. Parenthood needs to be peaceful environment, limited spaces for youth to participate, intermarriages, actors of security to involve youth in peaceful session, creation of job, lack of assessing the resources, disowning youth, capacity building of youth, empowerment, inclusion in peace and security engagement. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Chief Whip, can you confirm the threshold? Threshold is confirmed. So, members, I'll propose the question for adoption. I hereby propose the question for adoption that, which is that the House do agree with the motion tabled 2nd December 2023 that youth has a role in security, peace and stability in Lamu County, and hereby the House adopt the recommendation put forward in the motion. I will put a question. I will put a question which is that the House do agree with the report and the motion put forward by Honorable Alex Mwangi on the role of youth in security, peace and stability and its recommendation. As many as of the opinion say aye. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, Before I move to the next order of adjournment, as communicated in the order number 2, that we do have guests who have accompanied the President to Lamu Youth Assembly. I take this opportunity to welcome His Excellency Ali Sheikh to give his remarks and welcome the guest before the floor for the House. Honorable members, guided by the Standing Order 22B, it is clearly said that whenever the President and the visiting dignitaries address the House shall be heard in silence and the address shall be followed by no comment or question. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Sir, our guest of honors, PS, Investment and Trade, Chairman, Lapset Corridor and Development Authority, Chairman, Coast Development Authority, Director, Nakada, Director, PSM Lamu County Government, Mr. Shekupi, our AMCA nominated Ahmed Medo, our ACC, Mr. Philip Olo, our own mother, the owner of Lamu Youth Assembly, Emilia Chieng, CEC, Mombasa County, Biesha Nizari, our partners Aiden and Edwin. Honorable members, good afternoon. Is it morning? Oh, in Dubai it's afternoon, eh? Thank you. Before I give out my speech, allow me to invite the guests who are here first. But please, I will give you only 2 minutes to say good morning and maybe blessing us. To our main guests, we're going to give the opportunity 5 minutes each to greet the members and give out the speech that accompany you. Imran Ahmed, please come forward. Give us your testimony for 1 or 2 minutes. Imran is the Vice Chair for Kenya Youth Organization, Lamu Chapter. Thank you. Thank you, President, Mr. Speaker, sir, and all members invited here. Good morning. With me, I have a short speech here I would like to address to you. Honorable members of the 6th Parliament, esteemed colleagues and distinguished guests, I stand before you today as a committed advocate for peace, security and stability, particularly in the context of Lamu County. In the face of prevailing challenges, it is imperative that we address the role of youth in shaping the trajectory of security and peace in our community. Lamu County, with its rich cultural heritage and strategic significance, has been grappling with the shadows of violence and extremism. The time has come for us to recognize the pivotal role that our youth play in safeguarding the peace and stability of our region. It is a responsibility that demands our collective attention and concerted efforts. Our youth, being the driving force of innovation and progress, possess the potential to be the architects of change and champions of peace. However, the current situation in Lamu County reveals a concerning trend: unemployment, lack of educational opportunities, and a sense of voicelessness among the youth have unintentionally contributed to an environment conducive to extremism ideologies. In parallel, the government must enhance its commitment to ensure the security apparatus is well equipped and sufficiently staffed. Collaboration between law enforcement agencies and local communities is essential for effective intelligence gathering and the prevention of radicalization. Community policing models where the youth actively participate in maintaining security, can contribute to building trust and dismantling the us versus them mentality. As we deliberate on the future of Lamu County in this 6th Parliament session, let us recognize that the youth are not just beneficiaries of our decisions, but active stakeholders in the peace and stability of our region. Empowering them is not just a moral imperative, it is a strategic investment in the resilience and sustainability of Lamu County. In conclusion, let us unite in our commitment to build a future where the youth of Lamu County are not lured by the siren song of extremism, but are instead empowered to be ambassadors of peace, progress, and prosperity. Together we can create a legacy of resilience, tolerance, and unity that will withstand the test of time. Thank you.
Shukran Mheshimiwa Imran. Sahihi ningemwomba Mheshimiwa Medo ambaye ni MC wetu, ameweza kuwakilisha bunge la Assembly ya Lamu, uweze kuzungumza na youth.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President, our Honorable PS, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Sudan, our Chair, the Buffalo himself, the Chair of LAPSET, all chairs present, all dignitary present, Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable members, good morning. My name is Honorable Ahmed Medo, nominated member of Lamu County Assembly under the umbrella of Amani National Congress, and I was nominated to represent the youth. But not only the youth, but also the youthful. We can see here, we have our elders, but they look youthful. So it's a pleasure to be here and to be amongst you. And I can see a very serious session. I don't know if we're in a level to compete, but I can see some seriousness, because a single session having more than 5 statements, that shows a very high level of seriousness. I'm here just to show my commitment that I am part of you and we'll travel this journey together. And on the political part, I think I played a very big role. I'm also the Deputy Secretary General nationally and the Coast Youth Coordinator of Kenya Young MCAs. So we have a Coast Regional Bunge, and our first session was held at Mombasa County Assembly. I think I invited some of the members here, led by Honorable Said Hassan, and when they reached there, our first session was to elect the speaker and the clerk. So I urged Honorable Said to go for it, and lucky enough, as you know, I'm a very good politician and very good in lobbying. We were competing against Mombasa, and Mombasa was Mheshimiwa Manyota. So we collaborated with our neighbors Tana River, Kilifi and Kwale, and fortunate enough, Honorable Said Hassan is the regional speaker of the regional Bunge. So we'll have sessions and 6 county assemblies. Next will be Kwale in January, then Taita, then I think the issue of security is still being unstable, and we're still thinking of holding it in Lamu. But so long as we are there and we are the speaker, we'll have to do it in Lamu. I agree with the honorable member when she talked that the issue of security is mainly marred by jobless youth. That I totally agree. And I'm playing my role. I think this week we had a session with the NDC on the investment opportunities that will come to Lamu. Let me assure you that if what was projected there, if we manage at least 50% of it, then the issue of unemployment youth in Lamu County will be a history. Because most of the things portrayed there, investment in terms of factories, investment in terms of tourism, and let me tell you, I'm not much concerned about tourism, but let me tell you, factory and processing, that will be a milestone to us, because it's a three-shift economy. One factory may need almost 3,000, or may give us to the minimum 500 employment opportunities. And it's a three-shift economy. Let's pray that the issue of security is sorted as soon as possible, because the first shift will be from, I worked in a factory in SGS Grand Bulk. I think I should talk more because I represent them, right? It's a three-shift economy. Let me just stop at there, because we'll have the morning, afternoon, and the night session. On my part, as the nominated member, and you know, working hand in hand with my governor and the area MCA, Honorable Shekuna, I think by the end of November, we had an interview. We are taking almost 30 youths from Komaniwood to overseas jobs. They have done the interviews. We are just waiting for the visas. Probably by mid-December, they'll be heading to Qatar as lifeguards. And the minimum salary they'll be getting is 70,000. That is 70,000. They'll be getting accommodation. Everything will be catered for them. 70,000 is for them to plan their future. So we're having a next session. I think next election from January, we'll be taking another 30 youths. So we are trying from all angles. But yesterday when we were vetting the chief officers, and especially the chief officer of agriculture, and I told him that you being vetted here is not an assurance that you're going to get the opportunity. You'll have to give us an assurance that you will rekindle the passion for our youths to involve themselves in agriculture. Because I can see a very huge business gap here, especially in Komaniwood. We are buying coconut at almost 70 shillings. True or false? True or false? The groceries are very expensive despite our economic situation here in Komaniwood. So when we rekindle the passion of the youths to go for the agriculture, you know, the county cannot employ anyone. I think now, currently, the Lamu County government has employed almost 1,500 people from Lamu County, but still there are audit queries because the recurrent expenditure is 35% and Lamu County we are at 45%. You can see we have surpassed that, right? But I'm still saying that we can look for ways how we can employ more in the county government. Maybe we can attract more investors to invest. We've given land to an investor who will be starting, I think, from January for the cashew nut at Hindi. So that is a business opportunity. But who will be providing the cashew nuts? If we don't engage the youths to start cashew nut farming so that they can sell to the investor, right? So we'll be giving more investors free land, but in exchange and I have a motion in place at the Lamu County Assembly. I can see there are politics in that, but I'll push it and I'll make it a success, inshallah. 80% of the investment, 80% of the opportunities that come with an investment in Lamu County should be set aside for the youth of Lamu County. The way Kirinyaga has done, we are going to do it, and I'm going to be the mover of the motion in the Lamu County Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Medo. Kwa sababu ya wakati, wale ambao watakuja tukimbie, manake naambiwa my chairman hapa ameingia katika mashindano ya kuogelea na leo ni finali. Kwa hivyo msikoseshe chairman wangu namba, kesho nikapewa barua. Mr. Olo, our ACC, leo najua yeye hana raha, lakini itabidi awe na raha kwa sababu nilikuwa najua mimi leo nilikuwa date yangu ya expire, lakini imeongezewa muda. Karibu sana Mr. Olo. Na ujue mimi ni rais wako kwa miaka tena mitano mpaka 2030 niko hapa.
Asante sana His Excellency Ambassador of Sudan, Honorable PS, Mheshimiwa Abubakar Hassan, Chairman LAPSET, Chairman Coast Development Authority, Director Nakada, all protocols observed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to say much because of the constraint of time. For a long time I've been a friend of the Lamu Youth Assembly, and almost in each and every session I've been attending. Issues of security have been touched a lot, and I think being a friend, I don't want to debate here. We'll meet and discuss some of the issues out of the plenary here. I just want to touch on issues of ID, which has been very emotive, and I saw a statement was sought by one of the honorable members. I think we'll work with your minister in charge of security, and we have been collaborating well with him to give a response as far as that question is concerned. But I also want to state that the issues you've raised on ID is a policy issue. We need, as youth of Lamu, as the honorable members of the Lamu County Assembly, we need to go a further extent of petitioning our members of parliament to bring a bill. It is a budgetary constraints. Because, for example, you find that the amount of money allocated for the Office of National Registration Bureau is only 10,000 for transport, and that is the amount he will need to conduct the vetting all the way from Witu up to Kiunga. It is not enough. So I think you people need to petition your members of National Assembly, especially during the budgeting, so that that amount can be increased. However, we've been working to improve the efficiency of the vetting. For example, currently, you find we give the schedule across the year, so that in for example, you will know across the year the specific dates when vettings shall be conducted. So we urge you to communicate that with your youth so that they can attend those sessions. But for Kiunga specifically, it is a challenge. You know, getting a boat from Lamu all the way to Kiunga and Ishakani will almost cost at least 20,000 in fuel. So we have been partnering with our well-wishers, including Further Youth Action. We have been also partnering with Muhuri and other donors to ensure that we do vetting. For example, next week on 10th, there is a vetting session which has been planned to take place in Kiunga, and we want to encourage all of you to speak to the youth so that they attend such sessions. I don't want to say much. Thank you very much. We'll discuss some of the issues raised on security out of the plenary. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Shukran, Mr. Olo. Now, you'll allow me to invite Mr. Shekupi She, Chairman, Bwana PS, our ambassador. Shekupi, he is our Shujaa of 2023, appointed by the President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. He is also a champion and peace ambassador to our Lamu County. Also, he is our consultant in drafting the Lamu Youth Policy. He is the one who's spearheading it, and inshallah comes next year, he will be in the book of history among the Bajun son drafting the Lamu Youth Policy among other policies. Karibu Bwana Shekupi.
Asante sana, Mr. President. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Sudan to Kenya, the PS Miti, but today let me call you Nchi in Kibajuni, Chairman SDA, Chairman Nakada, Chairman CDA, CEC Mombasa County. You can help. Lamu Youth Assembly leadership, I'm sorry, I have to wait for this. In the interest of time, I'm told some of our guests want to catch up with other things outside there, but I would love actually to spend over 80 minutes. Yes, but today I'll spend only 7, so don't get scared. Because there are issues that have been raised here, and I want to react to them clearly and transparently. My name's Shekupi She, as I've been told by His Excellency the President. I'm the Director, Disaster Management and Peace Building, a devolution warrior, and the National Hero for 2023 on the category of Peace Building, because this year we had 157 heroes in this country, but it's only 5 out of 157 who have been awarded on the category of Peace Building, and Shekupi is among the 5 in Kenya. The cross-border operations of Kenya-Somalia, the peace-building operations at the Basuba Ward, and the cohesional framework with dialogue and mediations has made me to be the national hero for 2023. So those are some of the reasons why I'm out there. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure this morning to share a word with you in this great venue at a time when the discussion before this house is timely and appropriate. There are issues that have been raised here, and I have the answers. The answers are already captured in my brief speech, so just be attentive. Lamu's peace and security situations dates back in 1700 AD towards 1990, where we used to leave our doors open, when we used to leave our children free at the playground, when we used to roam around the streets in the middle of the night with or without light, free and worryless. What happened? That's a take home for you guys. Lamu County had rose to the occasion of supplementing the national government, especially on peace building and conflict management framework. The program started way back in 2014 when the devolution came in. But toward the end of 2022, I had formulated both the Lamu County Peace Building and Conflict Management Policy and the Lamu County Peace Building and Conflict Management Act 2022. These two legislations are now giving us directions to tackle peace building and conflict resolutions framework in a clear and transparent way. So we have the policy and act in place. And I'm going to show you how youth are being incorporated into these legislations. So worry less. In 2015, that is 2015, the UN Security Council adopted a landmark resolution 2250 on youth, peace and security, acknowledging for the first time the important role that youth can play in the prevention and resolution of conflicts as a key aspect of the sustainability, inclusiveness and success of peacekeeping and peace building. So the UN has already acknowledged that youth can play a bigger role. So who is Lamu County? And that is why in 2022 we had also ratified within the county level to put you into the perspective of you now taking a center stage, ensuring that Lamu lives in harmony, in cohesive, in safer and cleaner situations. In Lamu County, we believe that inclusive societies are more resilient to conflict and better equipped to promote sustainable peace. Lamu has made considerable progress in fostering inclusivity through initiatives such as the devolution of power, affirmative action, and the promotion of gender equality. However, more efforts are needed to bridge ethnic, religious, and regional divides. Lamu can build stronger communities that thrive on unity and shared prosperity by promoting social cohesion, embracing diversity, and ensuring equal opportunities for all citizens. Peace building and conflict prevention are crucial elements for the growth and development of any society. These efforts have been primarily led by governments and civil society. I want to repeat this. These efforts have been primarily led by governments and civil society organizations for a long time, leaving out the crucial role that youth can play in these processes. However, youth have immense potential to contribute to peace building and conflict prevention efforts in various ways. I think now is time for youth to take these steps forward. The government can relax, other organizations can relax and put youth in the forefront. Now, there are so many ways, but I just give only 3 because in the interest of time. I had over 16 ways that you guys can come in to be the center stage of ensuring that we live in harmony with each other. But I'm just going to mention 3 in the interest of time. Firstly, youth can contribute to peace building and conflict prevention by actively participating in decision-making processes. Youth are a significant segment of any society, and their perspective and voices must be heard in peace building and conflict prevention discussions. By involving youth in decision-making processes, governments and other stakeholders can leverage their energy and creativity in developing solutions to prevent conflict and promote peace and security. So the decision-making process is one. Second, youth can play a vital role in promoting social cohesion and tolerance. You have a unique ability to mobilize communities and create positive change. They can use this ability to promote intercultural and interfaith dialogue and build bridges between different social groups. By doing so, they can help reduce tensions and prevent conflict. And lastly, youth can be instrumental in addressing the root causes of conflict, such as poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Youth unemployment and underemployment are significant problems in many societies, so we must accept such. And they can lead to frustrations and feelings of hopelessness, and that is where now the problems begin. These feelings can fuel tension and conflicts. By providing opportunities for youth to participate in economic activities, governments and other stakeholders can address the root causes of conflict and promote peace. The youth plays vital, or rather big role in county socio-economic development. It is through respect and inclusive that can reduce radicalization and extremism, and therefore there is need for paradigm shift. In seeking transformation in this sector is collective responsibility and mutual accountability within and between states and non-state actors. Now I want to conclude. I have given you some of the roles that you can play, but I want to give you now the platform, the legality, and the space that you can use to implement and execute these roles. Section 40 Section 40 of the Lamu County Peace Building and Conflict Management Act 2022, passed by the Lamu County Assembly, has already given you that space. We have established what we call the Lamu County Youth Caucus. In fact, the sub-county youth caucus. In each and every sub-county, we're going to have a youth caucus, which with responsibilities like eradicate CVE, promote peaceful coexistence among the communities, support sensitization and civic education on matters to do with the peace building, creating linkages among other peace players, resource mobilization for peace programs, among others. However, addressing the challenges faced by youth, such as lack of opportunities, resources, and negative stereotypes, is crucial to unlocking their full potential in peace building, security, and conflict prevention. Lamu is the youngest, vibrant, and fastest growing population of youth. Although public perceptions of youth are a mix of positive and threats, opportunities and threats, it is almost always the case that popular narratives see them as threats by virtue of the risk factors associated with the violent actions. Such perceptions presume that young people are easily lured into participating in violent actions in the context where widespread unemployment and socioeconomic vulnerabilities are on the rise. The less acknowledged flip side is of course that the continent's young economic growth and development is such that we need to change. So we want to look at youth in a positive perception, and Lamu County will start that foot. In my conclusion, sustainable peace, recovery, and confidence building by the youth are vital for the progress of Lamu. By addressing the root causes of conflict, promoting inclusivity, investing in sustainable development, and fostering regional collaboration, we can overcome the challenges that have hindered the region's growth for far too long. Lamu Youth Assembly's strategic position and commitment to peace make it well suited to lead these efforts. And I have seen that. I have seen the energy. I have seen the zeal that you guys have to take this Lamu to the next development level. Let us join hands within the county and across the region to forge a future of enduring peace, prosperity, and confidence in Lamu and the larger Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to conclude with a parting shot. As I was discussing this yesterday with some of the stakeholders, that from now on, the youth of Lamu should not, will not, ought not to accept the statement from any person that says you are going to be the future leaders. You need to refuse that. You are going to be the current leaders. You need to take that. And I want to repeat this, that I was a youth when I was employed by the national government as an immigration officer controlling entry and exit at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. That's a vital facility, and I was a youth at the age of 26 years. I was a youth when I was moved to Lamu County, Lamu Border Control Office, controlling the terrestrial waters and Somalia border. At that point, at the age of 28 years, I was a youth, and the government gave me that mandate to do that. I was a youth when I got my second job as the first sub-county administrator in the devolution, controlling the Lamu East sub-county. I have moved mountains. I've made some changes, practical changes that you can go and see. And at that time, I was a youth. So today, I'm almost 3 years off the youth line, but I still have the spirit of a youth, and I still believe that youth can do a lot of things. From this age towards, I'm just earning the fruits of my youthful age. So you guys need to take that spirit. With those few remarks, I want to end here, and I want to wish you all the best. And before I sit, I also want to tell you that I have been nominated for International Peace Award. End of this year, we'll meet you somewhere, somehow. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We wish you all the best in your forthcoming journey to International Award. Now allow me to recognize the presence of Director Chege, KYO Lamu chapter. Now let me invite
Madam Emily, Honorable Member for CC Mombasa County. Huyu ndiye mwanzilishi, Bwana Chairman, Bwana PS, Bwana Director, Your Excellency. He is the founder. She was the mother, of this assembly. She took us every step of leadership on how to walk, on how to do, on how to sleep in the house. So we are proud of her, because if it was not her efforts, leo ningekuwa nauza mabibo. Bwana Chairman, nafikiri kina na mabibo waelewa. Makwanju. Ningekuwa mimi nauza. Lakini because of her, leo I am the president of Lamu Youth Assembly. Karibu Madam Emily. Karibu Waziri.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable President Ali Sheikh, our chief guest, Ambassador of Sudan, Your Excellency, our PS for investment, Mheshimiwa Abubakar, Chairman LAPSET, Chairman CDA, Directors, Honorable Members, invited guests, good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? It's already afternoon. I am honored to be amongst you today, feeling nostalgic to say the least. You have made tremendous steps from the first assembly. Chairman, as the President has said, I was here when this assembly had its first session, I think 4 years ago. And we can all attest to the achievements of this honorable house, and I know we can only do much more with the support of partners. Honorable members, your achievements have been listed by the Honorable Speaker, and we did not to say any further. This is a testament that youths only need a platform where they can come together and innovate and provide solutions to this country. Honorable members, I bring you greetings from my governor, His Excellency Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir. If you have been following him, you know he's a great believer of the youth in terms of their contribution in social, economic, and even political sphere. We are 4 CECs that were to be here today. 3 of my colleagues, I think they had a courtesy visit, so they are running late, but you have an interaction with them before the end of the day. I said I could not miss. I have to be here from the start. I have noticed that you have a prime cabinet secretary. Maybe he can give us his comments on the report from the National Committee that is now the conversation of the country. Back to today's motion. I know our peace ambassador has spoken a lot, and honorable members have also contributed to the resolution. I will only add a few issues, and number 1 is that we have to control the narrative, because if you do not own your voice, if you let other people define you, that is actually the beginning of insecurity and not having cohesion. The issue of security in Lamu is a concern to the entire region. This is through our shared way of life, our dependency on resources, shared natural resource, and the proximity of these counties. And therefore, if there is a concern in Lamu, it is also our issue in Mombasa and the region at large, and we would want to be part of the solution in any way possible. The second is the issue of identity. I know ACC amesema watu wazungumze nyuma ya curtain mambo ya security. kwa hivyo hiyo sitazungumzia. Finally, as I conclude, because there's no time, I know we'll get a session later, is to appreciate the leadership of this assembly. Mheshimiwa Speaker, Majority Leader, Minority, you have done so much, and I know that prosperity will judge you right as people who stood with the voice of the youth in Lamu and ensured that there is a seat in every table where you can present your issues. Mheshimiwa Mbogo, when we started, we noted that we ought to have a special program for the women legislators. We thought we would be able to get the support from Kewopa in terms of mentorship, in terms of exchange program, building capacity, because we all know, we understand that we are at different levels. Maybe this you can help us with our women rep and women MCAs at the assembly to build capacity of our women legislators in this assembly. Lastly, as I conclude, I want to wish you all the best in the discussions we've had today. Remember, our structure is up to the village level, and this is the platform which we want partners to engage. I have heard Mheshimiwa akisema tutengeneze platform, tunawaalika viongozi. We are already here. We are the grassroots. We are able to bring out issues from our colleagues and present them at different platforms. Thank you so much. May the spirit of this house live on. Thank you.
Thank you, Waziri. Thank you very much, Mama Emily. Now, let me invite the director from NACADA, Honorable Mazrui, uweze kuzungumza na watu wa Lamu. Sijui utatumia Kiswahili ama tutumie kinyumbani. Karibu. Amu tamu.
Assalamu alaikum. God is good and all the time. Mimi kwa kwanza napenda kushukuru kuwa katika bunge hili. Emily amesahau kusema kuwa pia mimi nilikuwa member wa Mombasa Youth Assembly. Amesahau. Kwa hivyo mimi ni kati ya wale products za mabunge kama haya ya mayouth, nikisimama hapa kama director wa NACADA. Kumaanisha ziko opportunity za mayouth kila mahali, ni mayouth tu wajitume, mayouth wajitokeze, wasukume serikali za county, wasukume viongozi ili tuweze kupata hizo opportunity kwa sisi mayouth ambao tuko hapa kwa assembly na wale wengine ambao tunaongoza kule mashinani. Kwa hivyo mimi sitaongea mengi, manake jana nilikuwa na gavana wenu, gavana wa eneo hili la Lamu, tukaongea mambo mawili matatu. Ni kweli tukubali sisi kama NACADA hapa Lamu kuna shida ya madawa ya kulevya, hard drugs zinatumika zaidi, na gavana jana aliniambia atatupatia sehemu hapa katika Lamu ambayo tutaweka ofisi yetu. Maanake kwa sasa tuko na regional office ambayo iko Mombasa, lakini gavana jana ametuambia atatupatia mahali, tutaleta ofisi ya county itakuwa hapa Lamu. Na zile opportunities na zile wale watakuwa wanafanya kazi katika ile ofisi, tumemweleza bwana gavana kuwa tutataka tupatie watu wale recovery addicts kuweza kuwasaidia wale wengine ambao bado wako katika yale masuala ambayo ya madawa ya kulevya. Na ukiangalia statistics zinaonyesha kuwa Mombasa ndio inaongoza na 34% ya utumiaji wa hard drugs, ikifuatiwa na kaka yake ambayo ni Lamu 32%. Kumaanisha Mombasa na Lamu zile tamaduni na desturi zetu ziko pamoja sana. Kumaanisha dawa nyingi zikitoka hapa Lamu ama zikitoka Mombasa zina cross zinakuja either uzipate Lamu ama uzipate Mombasa. Kwa hivyo sisi tumekuwa na shida kubwa, na kama NACADA tumekubali jukumu hilo sisi kama new board ambao tulichaguliwa juzi na Rais William Ruto, tuko na hari ya kusaidia jamii zetu. Ndio maana tuko hapa, maanake wanaoathirika, mimi mwenyewe personal nikisimama hapa kwetu kuna watu kama wawili hivyo wameathirika na madawa ya kulevya, na mimi najua hapa ndugu yetu mmoja, dada yetu wawili wako katika hiyo. Kwa hivyo hili ni janga la kitaifa na ni janga ambalo linataka vijana wajitolee. That's why Lamu Youth Assembly ni lazima tushirikiane pamoja, tusiachie tu na kada, tusiachie rehab za Red Cross na hawa ndugu zetu wa Methodin. Lazima tusimame pamoja, tusaidiane. Na mimi karibuni nitatafuta rais, na muona yuko hapa, nitamtafuta rais, aidha tualikane, sisi tutapatana katikati ama tutatafuta bot tuongee huko basi, ili tuelezane zaidi vile tunaweza kusaidiana, kuwe na partnership kati ya Youth Assembly na nakada vile tunaweza kusaidiana na watu wetu wa Lamu. Sitaki kuongea mengi sije nikakuwa in bad book with the PS. Unajua PS yuko hapa na ndio mdose na pia tuko na chair Manuel, sije nasta kuchukua jukumu hilo, na pia bila kumsahau ambassador. Leo nimekutana na ambassador wa kutoka Sudan na nimeongea mawili matatu. Is a good guy, ukimsikiza anavyoongea utajua kweli yuko na hamu ya kujua mengi kuhusu Lamu na yuko na hamu ya kuweza kusaidia watu wa Lamu ili kuweza kupata masomo katika maeneo yale ya Sudan. Kwa hivyo bwana ambassador, mimi nimeshukuru kujua siku ya leo, na nitakutafuta kule Nairobi na nitakualika kule kutoka ofisini ili tuweze tuongee mengi. Bwana Rais, pia ni shukrani, sitachukua wakati mwingi, wacha niwapishe viongozi na vigogo walio mbele yangu waendeleze gudurumu.
Asante bwana director. Nafikiri tupenda kumtambua waziri wa elimu katika kaunti ya Mombasa ambaye ameweza kufika, Dr. Mborali. Itabidi tuvunje protocol kwa sababu yeye amefika. Kabla hatujaenda mbele, tuweze kukukaribisha usalimie, hata kama wahema itabidi weke handkerchief puani. Karibu sana bwana waziri, usalimie alafu ndio niweze kukaribisha chairman. Pia tumepata mgeni ambaye pia ni waziri wa trade. Kwa hivyo kati yenu wawili pengine mtaniambia nani atazungumza ili utakapo. Kwa heshima na taadhima lakini.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nafikiri huyu mheshimiwa wangu hapa ameniattack na bado na hema kama alivyosema. Mimi nitakachosema, tunapongeza hizi juhudi ambazo kwamba zafanywa na Islam Youth Alliance, sio? Lamu Youth Assembly, na sisi kama mawaziri kutoka Mombasa tawatakieni kila la kheri, na County 001 ina appreciate hizi juhudi ambazo kwamba zimefanywa. Hatukulidharau hili. Tumemtuma Madam Emily mapema, sisi tulikuwa committed na my brother Muhammad pale, lakini tumeonelea kwamba hata kama session inamalizika lazima tujiunge na wenzetu. Tuwapa heko na tunasema congratulations to you.
Shukran. Nafikiri waziri pia wewe ungesalimia kwa sababu ya wakati, uweze kusalimia tu watu wako, waambie ni biashara gani utatuletea Lamu kama vijana.
Assalamu alaikum. All protocols observed. Nafikiri yangu tu nimekuja benchmarking hapa, nimealikwa na mwenzangu counterpart waziri Aisha, nije niangalie culture ya Lamu, na vile vile dada yangu kaniambia pia kutakuwa na youth assembly hapa, kwa hivyo nikuja kujumuika na nyinyi, na kama county ya Mombasa pia tunawasupport na tutafanya kazi pamoja na nyinyi. Kwa hivyo kwa machache nashukuru sana na karibuni. Thank you.
Asante sana mheshimiwa waziri. Before nimkaribishe chairman, ningependa kumtambua kijana Aslam Haji Nasir kutoka kule Shela. Yeye ni mwakilishi wetu kule Kwale Base Titanium na ameweza kujiunga nasi hapa. Simama tu watu wakuone bwana Aslam.
Huyu ni kijana wetu ambaye atuwakilisha kule Kwale katika shirika la Best Titanium. Ningependa kumkaribisha chairman wa Coast Development Authority Bwana Mwalimu Mzee, na yeye aweze kutu
Mr. President, Speaker of the House, Chairpersons, Bwana PS, all protocols observed. Assalamu alaikum. Majina naitwa Mzee Mwenye Mzee, Mr. President. Mzee Mwenye Mzee. Mimi namshukuru Mungu mwanzo being appointed as the chairperson for Coast Development Authority. Ya pili, ningependa kutoa shukrani zangu kwa Rais wa Kenya kwa hizi appointments alizofanya. As you can see, sisi kama Pwani tumetambulika katika serikali hii yetu kuu. You can see with example that you live nayo hapa Lamu, Bwana Director Ikhwan as the director wa CDA. Tuko na PS hapa Bwana Abu, mtu kutoka Lamu maeneo haya, and then we have fellow coastarians from other countries from the coast region. That being said, I also like to thank the governor of Lamu for inviting us to come and see Lamu Cultural Festival. Na yangu specifically nimekuja ku benchmark kama vile waziri amesema wa trade, cause I'm part of the team yenye ina handle Mombasa International Festival. So bila kuendelea kuongea sana, ningependa kuwaalika pia na mimi Mombasa International Festival yenye itakuwa from 25th of December to 31st. So bwana waziri, bwana Mohamed Osman, unaona nishaisema mimi tayari, kwa hivyo naomba support yako bwana. Kuendelea, just to go back to the objectives na the topic of the day ya hii house. I've had three things over here, that is security issues, employment issues and drug issues. All these issues are correlated as far as I'm concerned. More drugs, less employment, more security issues. So what do we do? Mimi katika fikra yangu na maoni yangu, I think we've done so much on software solutions. Mikutano, conferences, talking here and there, sensitizations. Now it's high time we need hardware solutions. So as part of the hardware solutions, in terms of security, kila mahali ukienda ukisikia kuhusu security, unasikia security starts with who? Security starts with who? Yeah, security starts with yourself. So security starts with us. And a good example ni Lamu Cultural Festival. Why is Lamu Cultural Festival successful each and every year? Kwa sababu gani? Mimi, trust you me, mimi, this is my first time to be in Lamu County. Lakini what I've seen in Lamu, jana, you guys from especially the Lamu community and especially the youth, you've taken ownership of this festival. Mia fil mia. Mumeichukua hii festival, yani mumeibeba kama nyinyi. Si wazee, si vijana. The same way munaweza beba kuhusu hili janga la drugs, security and employment. How? It's conversations like this. So youths, hakuna platform nyingine, tayari platform musha create na ndio hii yenye mko nayo. Actually, I would like to applaud whatever is going on over here, and I'm really jealous kwa sababu mimi naona my youths wa Lamu mko a step ahead na you guys are heading towards the right direction kwa sababu conversation mulishaanza. Sahii ni hardware solution ndo tunataka. You've done the software. Actually, you're finishing the software right now as we speak. So hardware solutions need to come in place immediately. And we will start by the national government. National government ikiwa linked na the county government. So when you're talking about employment issues, drug issues, security issues, what we want from the national government and the county government, for example, on drug issues, NACADA itakuja hapa iweke as many as it can rehabilitation centers as they want, lakini that won't solve the problem. Huyu muuzaji ni nani? Huyu anaeleta hizi drugs ni nani? Zinafika vipi hapa Lamu ama zinafika vipi Mombasa County? So NACADA, as I know you're doing a very good job in terms of sensitization, rehabilitating these youths concerning the drugs, lakini enough of software. Tunataka kujua yule anayeuza ni nani na tunamfanya nini. Ndio hii issue iache. In terms of security issues, nani ana arm hawa watu? Nani ana radicalize hawa watu? Who is this person? And what are we supposed to do about this person? And who is supposed to do that? So tutazungumza mengi hapa, story blah 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 and everything, lakini at the end of the day no hardware solution is being implemented and tunarudi pale pale. We will have these youth conferences and hii bunge la vijana for as many years as we can, and we will speak about the same problems over and over again. Toka wewe uko 24 ushafika 35 bado bunge lazungumza mambo yale yale. Ushakuwa mzee, youth wengine wameingia, same problems are being discussed. So let's be afraid of creating such narratives where we talk and no hardware solutions are being put in place. So bunge mko na kazi hapa ya ku make sure hardware solutions are being put in place. On employment issues, mimi nikiangalia the Coast region, as soon as I was appointed as the Coast Development Authority chairperson, mimi nilikuja tu na component tu moja, and I told myself the lowest hanging fruits zenye tuko nazo sisi kama coastarians ni only two. Ya kwanza ni seafaring, ya pili ni fishing. That is the lowest hanging fruit yenye tuko nayo ya kusuluhisha hii kitu inaitwa employment. Jana nilikuwa hapa nikiona hii mashindano ya makasia. You guys are very talented, especially the youths. Nikiangalia katika dao moja, I can see like 20 to 30 youths, na nikiona wazee pale labda ni watatu ama wanne peke yake. So meaning you youths are skilled, na hii si kitu ati mumeenda shule mkafundishwa. This is something mumeijulia wenyewe hapa kuishi hapa Lamu. Through your culture and tradition, you've been able to pick up this skill na mumeidevelop, na I saw what I saw yesterday. Hii kitu, if it is well publicized and if it is well put in place na nini, this competition can be an international one, na tuta attract so many people inside here from the international market, and the Lamu festival will be so big and humongous. Na easy prices like 200,000 na machine boats, trust you me, you will have prizes like 5 million, 6 million, 10 million kwa mshindi, ambayo ikija ikireplicate chini, it will assist so many youths who are participating in such things. So kurudi back kwa the component, the lowest hanging fruits mimi ninavyoona mimi right now that we have at the coast region ni seafaring na fishing. How do we go about it? It's the national government and the county government to assist us in putting these institutions in place. Like kama hapa Lamu, I expect to see maritime institutions in here teaching the youths on easy safety courses like STCW zenye watu wanasikia. Saizi kama kuna kazi yenye inalipa zaidi right now in the world ni kazi ya ubaharia, na mabaharia ni hapa tunawaona, wote hao wanaogelea, ni mabaharia my friend. It is unacceptable to me, na this is my opinion, Chairman Lapset, hii ni opinion yangu. We can't have a maritime institution all the way in Meru wakati hapa Lamu we don't have a single maritime institution. That is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And then huko Meru ndo tuletwa maboti ya miraa hapa na moboka. Wewe ondoka saizi nje uone, utashangaa youths eating these kinds of things. Wako saizi kitaa saizi, watu wamechana mairungi nini, wanaweka tayari waanze kuambua saizi as we speak. Huko kwa maboti watu wakishindana, wengine wanaambua. Lakini wale wanaotuletea hizi bidhaa wako na maritime institutions kule, wanafanya STCW kule. Vacancies zikija kama hizi za Maersk shipping line, I'm saying this with a lot of uchungu, kwa sababu nishapeleka watu mimi through that process ya kupata hizo kazi, and it's not easy, it's tedious. Lakini kile nilichoona interviews, mimi siwaoni nyinyi wakati wa interviews. The people who I see ni watu wamekuja, wamedropiwa na mabasi na makoti na mabegi, wamekuja kufanya interviews. Wakimaliza interviews wanarudi kwa mabasi, wanaenda mahali wametoka, wakati nyinyi mko humu. Sijui kama tunaelewana mpaka hapo. Tukija tukiangalia issue nini, yule jamaa ana passport, ana STCW, ameenda kufanya health certificate course ambayo imekuwa funded na mbunge wake maeneo ya kwao, ako na stakabadhi zote in place, ana majembe yote. So wakati wa interview hatake even 5 minutes, kazi amepata. The sad story is, huyu jamaa akipata kazi, akishaingia kwenye meli, huyu jamaa malizi 4 months 5 months, si sickness ishaanza kumwattack, anatapika vibaya sana, kazi inamshinda, anarudishwa ufuoni, anarudishwa nyumbani, hawezi. Wakati hapa kuna vijana ndo wanaishi ndani ya maji hapa, huyu kimpeleka kwa meli ana survive hata miaka 10 bila lolote. Lakini we are playing with these resources and we are not understanding what we need to do. We are just doing software solutions and talking and coming up with reports and policies and whatever. No hardware solutions. So we need a maritime institutions in place. We need fishery training institutions in place zenye zitafundisha watu the new fishing methods, the new fishing ways. Kuna fishing system, si lazima uzame deep sea uende uchukue samaki. Kuna cages which can be made, which we've seen people in Lake Victoria who are doing it right now as we speak. Watu wanakuza samaki through cages na cage iko tu pale, and they get a lot of money from it. Sisi tumestick kwa the old ways of fishing. Dunia inazidi kubadilika, new methods and effective methods have come in place, but tuko na institution gani ya kuja kutufundisha such things? Hardware solutions, enough of software solutions. Sijui kama tunaelewana kwa kavu. Nimeona nominated MCA akizungumza kuhusu trips. That is another lowest hanging fruit that we have. Vijana wanachukuliwa, wanatolewa pasipoti, good conduct, COVID-19, wanatafutiwa kazi Dubai, Qatar, whatever it is, wanaenda. Mishahara ya chini 40-50,000, 60,000, ametaja 70,000. Seafaring jobs, by the way, the least amount of salary unapata kama baharia ni 150,000 per month. Kazi ya ubaharia inatuhusu sisi wapwani wenye tuko karibu na bahari. So we need also to think of that. Another thing that I wanted to say ni kuhusu farming. Kuna ukulima mmoja sisi hatutaki kufanya, sijui kwa nini, na uko na pesa. Beekeeping katika mangroves. Kama kuna asali ambayo ni expensive dunia hii, ni asali inatoka kwenye mangroves. Tuko na mangroves hapa bure bilash, tunaenda tunakata miti sawa, tunauza, which is okay. Let's do farming ya beekeeping, and this is to all the national government and state corporates na county government. Tuwezeshe hawa vijana wetu na wapeleke mahali wasomeshe on how they can do farming ya beekeeping so that they can start doing it and make money out of it. Fishing iko seasonal. Wakati season imeisha, hakuna samaki. This is what they're supposed to do so that they can bridge the gap ya create employment ama create wealth. Chairman Lapset Mbogo, tumekuwa na conversations za cabotage, hizi conferences, and this is where my issue is, software solutions. We talk about cabotage. Oh, tunataka tuwe na vessels zetu, tunaweza kuchukua container hapa tukaipeleka Mombasa, ama meli kubwa imeleta mizigo tukawa na meli zetu na kufanya nini? Enough talk. Whoever is responsible, we need our own. We can't be here in Kenya na tuko na coastline kama hii, and hizi nazisema hapa intentionally so that you can pick this up and muzitable katika hili bunge lenu na mwanze hizi conversation na mutafute hizi hardware solutions. We can't be here 2023, we don't even have a single ship, we as a country of Kenya. Na tukiangalia nchi kama Ethiopia, landlocked countries, wako na meli zao. Sijui kama tuelewana. It's simple hardware solutions. Tukiwa na meli zetu, watoto wetu ndo tunawaandika pale, sio? We have control ya 100% of employment pale. Lakini where are we? Sijui kama tunaelewana. Labda kama nitakosea mtu atanirekebisha later on. Kumalizia, I don't want to take much time. Nilikuwa na expect nisikie kando na issue ya ID. What I know mimi personally, Lamu County kuna other issues za documentations. There is a passport issue and there is also a good conduct issue. Venye mimi ninavyoelewa, kwa sababu mimi pia nimekuwa involved na sensitization ya mayouth wenzangu, kwa sababu mimi mwenyewe ni kijana. I'm 35 years old. Na nashukuru Mungu nimepewa hichi cheo cha chairman while at this age. It's a learning point for me. Lakini Kenya naelewa pia passport inakuanga issue from people coming across from all the way from Lamu na hizi other bordering points like Kwale and Taita Taveta. Wewe ukifanya application yako ya passport saizi, ukiingia online, ukiweka pale district of birth Lamu and your other details za Lamu, application yako inayapelekwa straight to vetting. Mmesikia hiyo issue ama mjasikia? Are you aware of that problem? Passport yako ikiingia vetting, ukienda immigration, you'll spend close to 2 years. Hiyo process itolewe vetting, ndo ipelekwe for biometrics, ndo uende tena upigwe fingerprints na picha and all that. So you can imagine, wewe unatafuta kazi zimetokea za kwenda Dubai, hizo unasikia za 70,000 shillings. Umejaribu kutafuta pesa, umefanya application, lakini your passport imepend for 2 years. So what do you expect this youth to be doing for those 2 years? Akisubiri aende achukuliwe fingerprints na picha. Si ndio hapo anakuwa radicalized? Si ndio hapo anaingia katika drugs? So these are the things that you need to be talking about. Good conduct is the same thing. Wewe mtu kutoka Lamu, so long as jina lako linaonekana pale ni Abubakar ama Ikhwan, Bwana Adi, sijui nani, ukifanya application leo ya good conduct, it takes time, more than 3 months to 4 months for you to get that approval ya good conduct. And one of the requirements za kusafiri, you have to have these good conducts. So these are the conversations that I need you guys to talk, na muzifuatilizie zikuwe implemented, and you have proper hardware solutions. So mine is, we move from software to hardware. It is as simple as that, if we want to succeed as youths along the coast region. So yangu ni hao machache, na mimi kuna components nafanya kadri ya uwezo wangu. I do sensitization on maritime opportunities and vacancies. Ikhwan ameshinda kiniambia njoo Lamu bana, nitakumobilizea vijana. I've done in Mombasa, I've done in Kwale. I'll be coming to Lamu to do the same thing. So Ikhwan nitamueleza lini, unajua paka kusanya kidogo, kwa sababu kuja Lamu si mchezo, sio? It's a big stretch, but nitakuja. I do proper sensitizations to the youth, and then tujue how we can assist each other to take advantage of these lowest hanging fruits zenye tumesema. Asanteni sana.
Asante Bwana Chairman kwa few remarks. Tunashukuru. Bwana Chairman, umesema mambo ya hizo kazi ningependa kukuambia kwamba hapa Lamu Youth Assembly tuko na members ambao tayari wako na hizo documents. My dear sister pale mbunge wa Kiunga Amina tayari yako na hizo certificates za safety. So nitashukuru ikiwa umekatiwa ndege kurudi peke yako, urudi na yeye. Wewe ukampeleke pahali panapostahili. Sahihi ningechukua nafasi hii niweze kumwalika mwajiri wangu ambaye ni chairman wangu wa LAPSSET, vile vile ni mheshimiwa kutoka kaunti ya Mombasa, pia ni mkwe wangu. Kwa upande mmoja ametuoa na upande wa pili mimi namwambia hivyo nilivyovaa nataka upate attractive hata wewe uwe mkwe wangu mara ya pili, mimi niwe mkwe wako. Kwa hivyo karibu bwana chairman, uhutubie watu wa Lamu.
Thank you Mr. President. Thank you Your Excellency Ambassador of Sudan. PS Abubakar from MIT, Honorable Chairs, Honorable Members and Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon. First, my apology, Honorable Speaker, I was a little bit carried away. You know, I still remember like I was still in Parliament when it came to that issue of point of order. I rose my hand. I thought I was still serving the people of Kisauni. So my apology for that. It is an honor to be here today to address this gathering of honorable members and senior government officials that we are here, and to touch on the main topic of today, the role of youth in terms of peace, security and stability of Lamu. I wish to identify myself with all the issues that have been brought forward by all the speakers. They are all sensitive and very critical issues. But we need to ask ourselves, because there's nothing that we don't know. We understand and we are aware of all these challenges that we've spoken about. Honorable members, if we do not, and I want to repeat this, if we do not invest in education, we will talk till cows come back home. The solution to all these problems that we are talking about today lies on education. Education is the best equalizer in life. Don't be cheated by anybody. Education. Lamu is the smallest count in terms of population. In terms of mass size is very large, but in terms of population, if you look at the census of 2019, Lamu had a population of 142,000 people, starting from a baby of day one to the elders of 92 years old. Kisauni alone, my constituency, I have registered voters. Not the population, registered voters, 160,000. 160,000, these are registered voters. So when you look at the census of Kisauni now taking from the 1 day old to 92 years old, we are looking maybe 300, 400 to 500,000 people residing in Kisauni. So when you look at the population of Lamu, based on the census of 2019 of 142K, we have two constituencies in Lamu, Lamu East, Lamu West. And on top of it, we have the county government of Lamu. And I'm so impressed with the policies of the governor of Lamu, His Excellency Issa Timami, in terms of education. I know he has invested heavily on education. He's been sponsoring students full bursary, paying 40,000+ to each and every student of Lamu. Just imagine if all the two MPs were to come together, including the women rep who has the GAF. You know, they have money, and their money is just a grant. It's not even a loan or what, it's just a grant. If the three leaders come together because they have a kit, they can educate our children from Form 1 to Form 4, from year 1 university to the 4th year of university and all the other colleges in this area. And we can eradicate the issue of education. First, we have to equip our people. Today we have LAPSSET, we have KPA, we brought the port here, we've employed some youth, but all of them they're on contract as we speak. They're all dockers. We call them dockers. In other words, tunasema ni wale watu wa kubeba nini? Gunia. But when you talk of the middle level management and high-level management, where are we? Where are we? And those are the decision-making organs where we need our people to be there. So, honorable members, and I'm talking to the youth that are here. After completing your class 8 and you go to form 1 and you do your 4th form, by bad luck you did not make it to university, you end up with a D-. Hapa kwetu tukasema mtoto wangu ashasoma, mtoto wangu amaliza kusoma, yuwakufuata mheshimiwa, mtoto wangu amaliza kusoma, amepata nini? Amemaliza form 4, amepata D-. And we think that is the highest level of education that we can achieve. And sometimes we end up condemning these youth who got a D-, a D+, and say they are failures in life. They are not. They are not. And to me, that is basically the start of the academic career. If you did not make it to university from form 4, you can do your certificate, you finish your certificate, you do your diploma. Once you're done with your diploma, you can do your degree. My chair here from CDA, he spoke passionately about STCW. It is something that everybody is talking about today. All the youth from Kiunga to Lunga, we talk about STCW. And we think that is the only certificate that once we have it, I will go to sea. I'll become a seaman. My friends, we are lying to ourselves. The chances of those tunaita sijui wanaitwa yani wale watu wa chini kabisa kwa meli ambao they have zero experience, that's why they are picked with STCW. But the moment you have a certificate in refrigeration, you have a certificate in electrical, you have a certificate even in saloon, because those cruise ship ni wadosi wako pale, they are not poor people, and they go to sea for a month. They need to have their hair cut, the women need to look beautiful, they go to salons. So if you have a certificate in an area of maybe doing hairdressing, you have a better chance with your STCW to go to sea. So the solution comes back to what I've said, education. I'm a product of that. If it was not education, maybe leo ningekuwa mkali kwanza Kisauni. I'm being honest. Ningekuwa mkali kwanza, ningekuwa nimepachika kitu sahihi hapa mzee, nikikitoa kila mtu mbio hapa. That is where our youth are today. Abubakar here, he's a PS. Why is he a PS? Because he went to school. And he's a guy from here, Lamu East. It's a living example. I'm a living example. And so many. Daktari, our CC for education, he can tell you his story. My brother there, CC for trade, they can tell you their story. All of us, we have a story to tell. And these are things that our youth need to hear. Hakuna kitu kilitoka kikaanguka kutoka mbinguni. You have to work hard for it. We are bringing projects to Lamu. And the government is highly focused to open up Lamu. Lamu is the next frontier of this country. The next. The southern frontier is fully utilized. And when we talk of the southern frontier, we are talking of Mombasa Port all the way to Malaba. You know, development in this country, it follows the railway line. If you read from the history books, all the development in Kenya, it followed the railway line from Mombasa Port all the way to Malaba. So the next frontier that everybody is looking at is the Lamu Port, the Lapset corridor, starting from Lamu Port all the way to Moyale one-stop border point. But how are we prepared to capture these opportunities? Tutakuja and we'll meet again. Maybe next year when we come for the next then another Lamu festival, cultural festival, you will invite us again here and we'll be talking about the same issues. How are we prepared to take these opportunities? Then we come back to our famous statement, tuonewa. Serikali yatuonea. Tuonewa tu sisi. Kila siku tangu hatujazaliwa tuonewa, mpaka leo pia sisi tushafika hapa bado tuonewa. When are we going to change this narrative? It's high time we need to change this narrative and be prepared to face the future. And like what our colleague said, don't be cheated that you'll be the leader of tomorrow. Tomorrow is today. What guarantee do you have you'll be there tomorrow? If you do not work hard today. There are a couple of projects that are coming. serious projects. The ginnery in Impeketoni, the cotton ginnery, the government has invested. We've put in 50 million to revive the ginnery so that we can give hope to the youth, we can give hope to the farmers. But how ready are we? We'll have the plant, we'll need engineers, we'll need technicians. Our people will end up at the bottom of the ladder in the employment structure. We will be the people tukileta pamba hapo na pale, lakini the main people who are running the plant, will they be the Lamu people? You have the answer. We are discussing with an investor, the guy who is doing Bawaziri fruit processing in Mombasa. They want to come to Lamu. They want to put a mango processing plant in Lamu because it's a low-hanging fruit. Are we ready? We need technicians, we need engineers, we need accountants, we need marketers. Where are we, the people of Lamu? We are talking about a modern fish processing plant coming to Lamu. Where are we? The government 2 days ago, they announced through the PS, they have allocated 200 million shillings to the people of Lamu as a soft loan to start their businesses or to support their continuing business, and the minimum amount is 10 million. Where are we? Where are we? What else do we want the government to do for you? We cannot spoon feed you. It is high time we wake up from this slumber, and we should not shy away from talking about these issues, because let us not cheat our people that the government is not doing. The government is doing a lot. The county government is doing a lot. Honorable members, I'm the chair of LAPSET. We were in Morocco with the PS. We were there for 10 days looking for investors. And soon we'll be starting what we call special economic zone here in Lamu. We've allocated 5,000 acres of land to do special economic zone. Special economic zone is the engine of economic driver. They are the engines in Africa. Today you cannot have a port without a special economic zone. Special economic zone is when we'll have serious industries that will change the economic activities of Lamu County. In that special economic zone, we'll have a section of light industries, we'll have a section of medium industries, and we'll have a section of heavy industries. We need to take a position. We are running around the world trying to bring investors to Lamu, but who will work in those industries? And that is my question, big question of the day. And we are not late. Let us invest in education. We can eradicate the issue of drugs. We can eradicate the issue of early marriages, because wajua kuna watu bana wakiona warembo jua tu huku Lamu it's another place, and they are predators. The moment they see a mango that has not even ripened well, the guy wants to go with it. We need to make sure our girls are properly educated so that they can be able to stand in front of anybody and say, here I am. And I was impressed yesterday. We had a CC of tourism. When we went for the dinner yesterday, she spoke so well, passionately, and this is a leading example. We have a CC from Mombasa, my county 001, Emily. Women can do better, and you always say that, women, we can do better than men. That is what you've always said. So, my brothers, honorable members, you know me, I'm so passionate when I speak. I speak from the heart. And don't think that maybe I'm lecturing you, but I tell you how I feel. I'm a Coastarian. I'm a Coastarian. And I really want to see my people to be where we are or even higher. And it is possible. It is doable. It is realistic. What we need to do is to take the bull by its horns. Hakuna kitu hatujui. Drugs kwa hatujui. Tunajua. Radicalization. Who doesn't know? Sexual abuse. We know. But the game changer is education. That is the best equalizer in the world. The poor and the rich can sit on the same table. Our president, I think you've heard his story. He used to sell what? Chicken to take himself to school. Today, he is referred as doctor William Samoei Ruto. And when he speaks, you know the president, a learned guy, is speaking. And that should be our model. That should be our role model. Finally, I just want to conclude by appreciating His Excellency the President for nominating so many leaders from Coast Region. I think for the first time since 1963, we have over 20 senior officials in the Ruto government, the Kenya Kwanza government. And we have living examples. The people of Lamu, for the first time, they have a PS. And if this issue of caste was never taken to court, you could have ended up with a caste position from Lamu. It has never happened before. It has never happened. Mombasa, we are like 10 chairs. So if you look at the chairpersons of the state agencies, we are 17 from Coast Province. Then tushindwe kusaidia watu wetu, then tutakuwa tumelaniwa. We have 2 CSs. Aisha Jumwa of Culture, Mvurya of Blue Economy. We have nominated senators, Miraj from 001. We have Chimera from Kwale. We have the deputy majority leader, Owen Baya from Kilifi County. All these are senior. We have the former governor of Kilifi, Honorable Amazon Kingi, the Speaker of the Senate. What else do we want, honorable members? This time we don't have a reason not to deliver for our people. The president will line up us one day and tell us how ndio watu wenu niliwapatia kazi, but they failed you. They failed you. So it is upon us to make sure we deliver for the government, we deliver for our people. Thank you so much, honorable members.
Asante sana Bwana Chairman kwa maneno yako mazuri ambayo umeweza kuyazungumza hapa siku ya leo, lakini swali la huko hukulitaka, maana yake hukulijibu. Let me take this opportunity now to invite His Excellency Kamal Gubara, the Sudanese diplomat in Kenya, Ambassador of Sudan. His Excellency Kamal, please welcome and address the youth plus our guests in Lamu and feel at home.
Thank you very much, the President of Lamu Youth Assembly, for inviting me to attend this important session. I am glad actually to see Abu Yasir, my friend, the CS of Education in Mombasa. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, all of you. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Members of the Assembly, Youth Assembly in Lamu, I am glad to be here with you. BS of Lamu, glad to join you, and my thanks and appreciation to Honorable the Governor of Lamu to invite me to attend the cultural festival this year also. This is the second time for me to join you celebrating Lamu culture. Chairman, Board of Directors, Coast Development Authority, Chairman of LAPSIT, Honorable dignitaries, protocol observed. I'm really glad to join you and to attend this important session. In fact, this session reminds me of Sudan being the founder member, or one of the founders member of the World Youth Assembly, which is based, the headquarters is in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This is the youth assemblies from all the world, or many countries in the world. Sudan was founded, that was 20 years ago. So today you return me back 20 years ago when I was in Malaysia representing my country there as a diplomat in the embassy. Really, this is a good example. I'm not sure whether Kenya is part of the World Youth Assembly or not, but I think if not, consider that. Through that experience, you will get engaged with many youth in the world. And I would like also to invite you to have more engagement with Sudan. I will try to reflect your experience here to the Red Sea state. This is the coast state in Sudan. Sudan has a coast at the Red Sea. It is 800 kilometers. I think it will be a good opportunity for the youth here and there in Sudan to engage more and to exchange their experience in different fields. By the way, what you discussed today is really the issues which is raised by all the youth in different countries. It is always the same. So your concern is similar, so you can get other way of solving problems, other ideas from your colleagues, youth in other countries. Sudan is ready to cooperate with you, actually, through the Red Sea state, which is similar to Lamu, Mombasa, and other coast counties. I personally believe that the pillars for development, I can consider them three. Education, which is mentioned, is the first pillar for development. So focusing on education is really essential for the youth. Governments trying to help the people to get a better education, but the people should help also themselves by pushing the government and by cooperating together to form sort of education that is suitable and beneficial to them. Youth are the engine of the society, and this is a fact, and their health is the health of the society in general. Drugs, the issue of drugs, this is actually destroying the youth and therefore destroying the whole society. So those who combating and fighting the drugs are doing great work. Glad to have some of them here with you. Sudan is also ready to cooperate in this field. We have from the security sections highly qualified people in the security managing and fighting this issue successfully in Sudan, and we can open a window for you to try to engage with them and to find ways how to solve. I learned that the issue here is quite serious, and benefiting from other experience might be good for you. So education, security, and health, these are three pillars important for development or base for development. I am really encouraging you to go further on that. I will propose to you this assembly to engage with the Red Sea. I will help from our embassy in Nairobi here to make that happening. You can take benefit from my staying here. You don't need to have interview for visa to Sudan. By attending this session, I think I did a good interview for all of you. So your visa application could consider approved right from now. So any member of this youth assembly would like to visit Sudan, especially the Red Sea state, be sure that your application is approved right from now. You can put that in the minutes. So whoever would like to go to Sudan, we will encourage him or her to join, and your visa is secured already. There are some issues which are important mentioned by by those who contribute before me, helping and creating jobs for the youth. Definitely that will help reducing the problems the youth face here in Lamu and in other counties. Creating jobs, as I said last night to His Excellency Honorable the Governor, is the main issue, creating jobs for the youth. This is what we are trying to do in Sudan. I think there are many ways to do that. Use themselves and create some companies in the fields that you can do better than other people. Fisheries is one of them. I think you can make advance in fisheries. Hotels at your county is really attractive for tourists. So being pioneer in hotels, that will be also a field. Farms also, and handicrafts. These are 4 areas that you can cooperate with the Red Sea state in Sudan. Fisheries, hotels, farms, and handicrafts. They do and they have experience in similar. So the companies you might form can join venture with Sudanese companies in the Red Sea states and can do better here in Lamu and others. By the way, the government might be in a way not rich government, but the people in Sudan, they are really rich. We have big companies in Sudan, we have investors in different countries. Even in Saudi Arabia, we have Sudanese companies investing. Even here in Kenya, we have millionaires investing a lot of money in Nairobi. In Emirates, we have many companies, Sudanese companies. In Europe, we have Sudanese companies. So the Sudanese people are really having good experience in business. They are strong companies. They are working inside and outside Sudan. So having, and the smalls actually and medium enterprises are also really strong in Sudan. So having companies as youth and joint venture with Sudan can help creating more jobs here in this county. Also, we have a strong university in Sudan, which is the Red Sea University. This university can cooperate with the county and also with Mombasa and other counties at the coast, because their concern is cost concern, the blue economies issues, medicine also, health issues, and combating drugs, and many other similar activities which are familiar in the counties as a cost. So dealing and cooperating with the Red Sea University in Sudan can be way of cooperation. I am ready to facilitate that for all of you. Let me end by telling you that some youth from Kenya, they are already in Sudan, in the Red Sea County. They have their business. One of them traveled to Sudan through the embassy. We encourage him to go there. He's in the field of tea. They have factories here, his family. And he decided 3 days ago to open a branch in the Red Sea free economic zone in Port Sudan. So instead of going to study the market, who already within 1 month, he finished studying the market in Sudan and decided to open a branch for his company in the free zone, economic free zone in the Red Sea in Sudan. Sudan is one of the is number 4 actually, biggest importer for tea from Kenya in the world. The whole world likes the Kenyan tea. We are number 4 in terms of quantity. That guy is really noticed that, and he's a youth. He's less than 35 years old. He's already there. He's director, and he's venturing cooperation with some young people in Sudan to increase the export of tea from here there. There are many products from Sudan. They can come here. Your government officially requested from me to help facilitating the export from Sudan to Kenya in 4 items. Sugar is number 1. Sudan has 6 biggest factories. One of them is the biggest factory of sugar in Africa. This is Kinana Sugar Factory, and we have other 5 big factories. They need more investment, yes, but they can cover the needs of Kenya completely with a good price. So sugar is one of the areas. Officially, your government requested me to facilitate that and to help that. Also peanuts and sesame, this is the oil seeds. Also, I think the prices here of cooking oil is very high in Kenya. So officially, the government requested from Sudan to help in having more oil seeds to come here. Cotton also is one of these 4. So I think the cooperation between you, and unless there is strong youth with their even small companies and education and healthy people, I think we cannot implement the promising program of cooperation between Kenya and Sudan. I am glad to be here with you, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. My doors are open in the embassy there. Whatever you need from Sudan, you are most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency the Balozi. Sasa nafikiri tumekaribia ngome, ama kwa lugha ya wale waendeshaji urubani kuambia tumekaribia katika uwanja wetu kuweza kulala. Ningependa kumkaribisha Mheshimiwa Katibu Mkuu wa Ofisi ya Biashara na Uwekezaji wa Taifa la Kenya, Mheshimiwa Abubakar Hassan, ama ndugu yangu Kwiji, aweze kutumalizia msemo huu.
Asante sana Bwana President. Mr. Speaker, sir, members of the Lamu Youth Assembly, distinguished guests, Chair of CDA, Mr. Mzee Mwinyi Mzee, Chair of LAPSET, Ali Buffalo, Ali Mbogo, I'm told Mbogo means Buffalo, Director Mazrui of NACADA, Ambassador Kamal of Sudan, wageni wote wako hapa, nimemaliza, si ndio? Good afternoon. Waziri Mborali of Mombasa Education na waziri wote wa Mombasa County, good afternoon. Now, mine is brief. I wanted to start by saying it gives me great pleasure to be invited to join this 6th plenary session of the Lamu Youth Assembly. It coincides with the Lamu Cultural Festival, which is a platform for Lamu to showcase its cultural assets so that we can attract tourists and create jobs for our people. But most importantly, our cultural diversity, we need to use it to unite our community for peace and stability in this county. I want to start by saying there is a saying which says, if there is no plan for the youth, there is no plan for the future. But today, Sheikh Kubri and Ali Buffalo said they don't want to hear about the future. They want to hear about the current. What is the plan for the current, right? And His Excellency, the President of this Republic of Kenya, he has a plan for the youth. He knows that there are challenges, and he has created initiatives to ensure these youth are engaged, they are involved, and they are motivated. In my work, when I go outside there, one of the competitive advantage of Kenya is its demographic dividend. 70% of our population, according to the census, 70% is youth, and we pride ourselves with the best human capital in Africa. This human capital is youthful, it's very educated, it is skilled, it is entrepreneurial, it is ethical, they are also good looking, and they are affordable. So investors, they can come here and employ them in an affordable way. However, this youth, according to the Kenya Youth Development Policy, we describe them as our strength, our wealth, and drivers of innovation and talents. But at the same time, if these youth are not engaged, they are not involved, and they are not motivated, they can be driver of chaos and conflict. So what has the president done so far? There are many initiatives to engage the youth so that they can create jobs for them. One, in the agenda of bottom-up economic transformation agenda is the affordable housing program, which in every county and every constituency there will be affordable houses being built, and for youth they need to leverage on this initiative. Two, there is the issue of Viwanda Mashinani, the county aggregation industrial parks. Each county will have an industrial park which the youth, they need to leverage on this opportunity. Three, the president has come up with an initiative of exporting labor, inaitwa kazi majuu. You need to leverage on this opportunity so that we can take our youth to the Saudis and all those countries which we have already agreed sign labor bilateral labor agreement. The fourth one is on Talanta Hela. On all your talents and skills, we have an initiative where we are monetizing your talent, and you need to leverage on that opportunity. In Lamu, there is also a port there with 3 berths and a lapset, and the chairman is here. What we are doing, we have already advertised this port to get investors so that we can come up with a public-private partnership so that watoto wetu, vijana wetu waandikwe kazi hapo. Na hiyo port haiuzwi. It should be very clear, it is not being privatized. We are seeking investors for a public-private partnership. Another initiative for the youth is in the digital space. You can work for the people out there in the western countries without going there through a program called business process. Nigeria, business processes, where you can do your work here and export your services over there. And there are many companies doing those kind of work, and the youth of Lamu should take advantage of that and leverage on the same. My State Department also has an initiative for the youth, and we have a program called Vijana to Invest and Wekeza Dada. I want the youth of Lamu to leverage on this opportunity. The objective of this initiative is to change the mindset of the youth from being earners of wages to owners of capital. Sawa sawa, sio kuajiriwa tu, hata wewe unaweza pia ajiri kiingia kwenye biashara, so that we can inculcate the culture of saving, entrepreneurship and investment. That program, it's going all over the counties in Kenya, and the youth of Lamu should leverage on that opportunity. You should not wait for things to be brought to your mouth. You should just make sure you are taking advantage of that. I have also talked to the leadership of a Kenyan National Chamber of Commerce, and they have agreed that the Lamu chapter, representatives of Lamu Youth Assembly will sit in the Kenyan National Chamber of Commerce Lamu chapter. So you will choose among yourself who will sit there. I have some interventions here which the State Department of Youth, they have done for this country, and you should also leverage on the same on the program of peace, security and stability. And I want to quote, this is coming from the PS Youth. I don't know why you didn't invite him, but this is what he has told me to tell you. The State Department of Youth has the following programs. It is undertaking to promote peace, security and stability targeting the youth. 1. capacity building youth on the provision of Article 10 of the Constitution on national values and principles of governance that include national unity. 2. Sporting activities through Vijana Vuka na Afya to promote peace building and understanding among the youth residing in informal settlements. 3. Collaboration with key players like the National Cohesion and Integration Commission under the Ministry of Interior and National Government. 4. Capacity building on youth on various entrepreneurial opportunities available in the blue, green and orange economy. You know what is orange economy? It's about talent, yeah? Youth empowerment programs such as through the Kenya Youth Employment Opportunity Project inaitwa KIO in 17 counties, and the Lamu County is not among this. So we need to see how you can position yourself to be part of this. 6. Partnership with the Directorate of National Cohesion and Values to capacity build youth on issues of national cohesion and national values. Please make sure you are part of this because the county is listed here, Lamu is not here. 8. Training youth on the need for promotion of peace before and after election. 9. Training of youth on leadership by the State Department through the NYS and NYC. Number 9. Conduct Kikao dialogue forums where youth openly discuss issues of insecurity, unemployment, drugs, FGM, crime, and violent extremism. Among these counties, you are also not there, because I can see this in Nairobi, Embu, Marsabit, and Kilifi, where a total of 4,000 youth have been reached out so far. And the last one is to conduct cultural youth exchanges, such as between Embu and Kilifi, Meru and Kajiado, to promote understanding, dialogue, and remove stereotypes among the various communities involved. In all these 10 programs, I see Lamu youth they are not part of it. So please, through this platform, engage the State Department of Youth Affairs so that you can be part of this agenda. My advice to you, I want to tell you this. Usikubali kugawanywa katika misingi ya kikabila, misingi ya kidini na misingi ya kimiji. Tafadhalini. We need to live together. We need to peacefully coexist. We are all Kenyans. If there are problems, there are ways which we can solve those problems. Please do not listen to any leader who wants you to discriminate the other because of religion or tribe or pale munaishi. Tuko pamoja? And my plea is for you to support and defend His Excellency the President and his government and his policy, because he has a vision for you. He has a plan to change, kubadilisha maisha yenu. As I conclude, let me just quote the Franklin Roosevelt when he said, we cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. And that is what we are doing. We are building you so that you can tackle the future. Assembly, they have a draft, it's called policy, right? And it's due to approval by the Lamu County Assembly and adoption by the Lamu Executive. So I commit that I will ask the government to fast track that so that we can get an enabling environment for the youth to thrive. And I was also told that kila kitu mnajifanyia wenyewe, there is nothing you are getting. So my contribution, mimi kama hustler na mimi kijana wenu hapa, pia mimi nita contribute. Naweza contribute anything for the kikao ya youth assembly. Is it allowed? Is it ama I'll be violating standing orders? It's in order. I can contribute to the so I will contribute 100,000 for the youth assembly.
Thank you very much Bwana PS, na I hope hiyo si hongo, manake sije kama umetuhonga ili to policy Policy haikubali kuchukua gift na lakini watachukua, itakuwa ni among part of drinks. Kwa hivyo members, leo tutakwenda zetu tuchukue arch twende tukanywe drinks. Maana tukila hapa itaambiwa tumehongwa. So, Honorable PS Bwana Kwiji, na asanteni sana kwa mawazo yenu ama mawalembo yenu ambayo mmeweza kutuelezea. Nilikuwa na speech pale page 10 lakini nimeambiwa niwatumie kwa WhatsApp. So nitawatumia kwa WhatsApp kwa sababu ya wakati, sitasoma hiyo speech kwa sababu naona wageni wamechoka. Kwa hivyo ningependa kutoa shukrani kwenu nyote ambao mmeweza kuhudhuria, especially from the representative of the national government, pia vile vile from the county governments of Mombasa and Lamu, pia ofisi ya county commissioner ikiwakilishwa na bwana ACC na wale wote wameweza kuhudhuria. Your Excellency, thank you very much for your presence here. We appreciate your presence and may God bless you, and inshallah we are going to knock your door, if not next week then next year. Pia vile vile ningependa kutoa shukrani zangu kwa wafadhili ambao wameweza kutufadhili, the Oslo Center na wale wengine wote, vile vile wale watu wa municipal ambao wameweza kutusupport na waweza kutuhakikishia kwamba venue yetu iko na red carpet. Bunge bila red carpet hilo si bunge, waambiwa ni uwanda wa mpira. Kwa hivyo tutatoa shukrani zetu za dhati pia, na vile vile wale walioweza kuhudhuria kule nyuma, KYO na wengine, watu wa media ambao wakiongozwa na Mwangi na Monica, vile vile na Amenya ndugu yetu, TV47 na KTN, pia tutatoa shukrani zetu, na wale ma DJ ambao wameweza kutufanyia haya, na pia mwalimu wa basi kuweza kutupambia, ambiwa pia sura bila makeup hiyo si sura. Nikimalizia mazungumzo yangu kwa bwana PS, nafikiri ndugu yangu aliweza kuwa misleaded, akaambiwa kwamba Lamu Youth Assembly wako tu pale wana scratch, lakini ni kwamba wale ambao wamekwambia sisi tuna scratch, wao walikuwa wataka kutu scratch sisi, tukakataa kuscratchiwa na wao, ndio maana wakatuonea kijito. Na this is Lamu. Lamu iko na mambo mengi, waweza kuambiwa mambo mingi zaidi kuhusiana na hii assembly. Hata kuna mengine ambao wasemeka watu walipwa 400,000, sijui president alipwa 1,000,000. Ingekuwa sahihi sikayata Kenya niko zangu nde kama ingekuwa watu walipwa. This is a voluntary job these people are doing to the people of Lamu, giving back to our community after struggle of our mothers and sisters, brothers and fathers.
Next order is the adjournment. But before the adjournment, I want to express on behalf of the Office of the Speaker our sincere appreciation to the State Department for Investment and Trade. That department has been a very key in terms of opening opportunity to other sectors. Already, we have 7 of our members from Lamu Youth Assembly who applied various national opportunities which are linked to the State Department for Trade, and we are working closely through our department for climate change to plant the 15 billion target for the President. We are working close with KDC and State Department for Trade and Investment. We appreciate that collaboration. We also want to acknowledge the support from Search for Common Ground. They have supported us to implement dialogues on security and build trust with key security actors and youth. So we also need to acknowledge their support. And since we do not have any other business for today, the House stays adjourned until 8:30 a.m. on 15 January 2024. Thank you.